And there we are.
And
Just as
then
I load
that's
up roll
when
20.
that's when it exploded and it was like, "Oh no!" And it was all over my face at that point. So I just thought, "You know what? We're rolling with it." So I like did the badass line.
Here we are. Oh, that's a great. I only rolled 3d10, but that's solid. Hope I rolled out well tonight.
But it was a waste of jam is basically what I'm getting at.
Okay, well, good lesson learned. We're here. We were off for a week and now we're back. Richard,
Oh.
over to you, my man.
Yeah, really the moral of the story is syphilis isn't that bad after all.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and recap since it's been a couple weeks since we had off. So last time you guys were making your way back towards Riverbed after securing a ambassador of sorts from the Dwarven Kingdom, and good old Flash Ironpan was your man. He was going down with you and challenging you a little bit on, like, what do you even expect to get out of this? Like, I've seen things before. Like, I'm way older than you guys, and I've seen how things were, and, like, these barbarians were just killing each other all the time. So, like, is this what you want to go back to that? Okay, whatever. So he's challenging a little bit on that. He revealed that he had some nifty gadgets, including a little mini fortress that he was sleeping in. You guys traveled kind of along the riverbank heading back, and you stopped by the old logging site that you had ransacked and burned down and stolen from and so many other things. And it was occupied by the Fantastic Five, the mercenaries that you had hired a season prior. And they were pretty warm and receptive to you. So that's potentially another group of small allies. It's a very beginnings of a town that they were calling Riverwood, but you guys were like, come on, everything around the river's named based off the river. Call it something else. So you guys pitched the idea of Firewood. And no one said no. So I guess that's how towns get named. So that's the town of Firewood.
I mean, it's better than Bodie McBoatface, so.
Yep.
That's what we named the boat we stole, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
So
in any case, you guys made it back to Riverbed, and around the same time, Mazadon and his elite crew of Wooly Loxodon were there, as well as Tamsin, one of the other big three, and Caleb, who was dressed much fancier than before, and not looking very comfortable in the attire, was kind of nervously giving them a warm welcome and let them go over to kind of drink and be merry for a while things were kind of getting settled. And then eventually you guys went in there, and Caleb was like, shit, guys, this is crazy. I guess we're a part of a confederation of tribes now? Okay. And so there was a little bit of talking with him, trying to kind of get on the same page with things. You guys ended up speaking with Mazadon and Tamsin and some others, kind of going over everything as far as like these peace talks that are coming up. And then eventually you guys kind of went away to figure out how to deal with the Happy Dan problem. Happy Dan problem being that your good old friend that you didn't really know, but he was known amongst the town, good old Happy Dan, Mr. Daniels, has been possessed by your Illithid former ally, sort of, not really. Cerebro.
I think frenemy.
Frenemy, yeah. So that's an issue, and so you guys are developing a plan to use a cone of anti-magic to hopefully release Happy Dan from this possession of sorts, and it ended up being decided that you guys would test out this feature on Hunter, who allowed himself to be possessed by a demon that, unbeknownst to him, had been attached to his shadow for quite some time, possibly since sometime during the time skip, which is why you didn't have a roll to like detect that it happened. This was the same demon that Hunter was asking for in the woods before the big time skip. Like, hey, can you have somebody from your side of things, Ronan? Can you come over? Can you have somebody come and help us out? And so that's kind of where that whole thing started. And so Hunter allowed his body to be taken over by a demon. And then they used the cone of anti-magic, which was attached to the whole Octavius Aberrant suit thing. This was all being done in the factory, Anwar's factory. And the anti-magic field did not work. And the demon was being all pissy, being like, haha, my power is supernatural, not connected to the weave, not technically magic, haha. And then he was basically saying, I'm not going to leave until you give me some shrooms. And eventually Chimera was like, fine, I'll go get your shrooms. And that's kind of where we left off. So unless somebody has anything else that they want to do, I was planning on picking up with Chimera out in the streets looking for shrooms. Did anybody else have anything before she goes off and does that?
Just that I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't lie.
Hey man, now we know. You know. I would have hate.
We learned something.
I would hate to learn this in the moment with Mr. Daniels. Personally.
I mean, unfortunately, it's still like it might still work.
It might still work because, as far as you know, Cerebro is not a demon. But it also now is giving you pause and thinking that maybe it won't work. But you don't know for sure.
Well, it'd be an interesting way to find out he's a demon, though, wouldn't it?
That would be an interesting way to find out that. Chimera, I need two things for you. First, I need an investigation roll, and then I need just a D100.
Really, really quickly, because I remember mentioning this to you. Instead of immediately going to find shrooms, can I maybe just go get some holy water?
Yes.
Tight.
Yep, given that religion is allowed now, you would definitely be able to find some people who practice certain religions and are able to make holy water. So yeah, but I believe it costs like 50 gold a vial, or maybe it's 25. I think it's 50.
For some reason, I feel like I have.
I will pay for that, yes.
I think I can make holy water. Not that it matters right now, but I think I can. For future reference.
And then you said perception check? Was it D100?
Investigation to go see if you can find someone to give you.
What if
It wouldn't
I
be
did
too hard, so the
intimidate?
DC will not be too high.
It's dead.
I think it's solid.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna go. I think I'm finished for the day.
GG,
It is
y'all.
actually gonna be a fucking salad.
It's a season wrap on Aberrant Empire.
That 1% chance, once again.
Looks like we're killing Hunter. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I don't want to do this.
Sid walks back in like Donald Glover with the pizzas and
Insight.
Community. Like, it just walks in, everything's on fire.
Loads
Alright.
garbage.
Joke's on you. I am the
Shame.
fire. Clearly.
I was planning on the DC being pretty low. Like, I was thinking like 5 to be able to find the stuff.
Thanks,
So
boss.
you are able to find you're able to find some barbarians who are like, oh yeah, we can hook you up with this stuff. But like, just as you're making the transaction and everything, you like look over, like, let's say this happens in a fairly open area. Like, it's not like people are hiding it. Like, barbarians freely use it all the time for their berserker rituals. So we'll say that like you go to a tavern, you run into some barbarians, and you're able to purchase some. But with that nat 1 on a 100, just gotta say, you're like doing the purchase thing, and then like after it's all done, you kind of like turn around and look, and you just see Gregor looking at you like, you're buying drugs?
I find myself in a very interesting predicament right now. So yes, I am presently purchasing these. I think. Can I tell if that's actually what they fucking are?
Go ahead and roll a nature check to see if they actually sold you some real stuff. You've seen some shrooms before, especially out foraging. Like, I'm sure you could have seen some. You're looking at these like, this is not the best stuff. This is subpar. They're giving you not that great of stuff. But
I don't blame them.
It will do something for the demon, but you're seeing that you got scammed a little bit.
So anyway, this was fun. I'll see you later.
He's just gonna shake his head and go back to you see that he has started to settle in, and he has met some other people, and you look over and he just kind of shakes his head, walks over to a table and sits down with a group of other people, a few humans, dwarves, and like a single Loxodon, and they're just kind of all hanging out together. So in any case, yeah, that's what happens there. You can see that he is starting to plant some roots back in this city. That is your one.
Good for him. Good for
Yeah.
him. Yeah, I'll head back with shrooms and holy water,
Okay.
I guess.
Alrighty. And then let's see. We will cut over to let's see if I can make this work real quick. This isn't really gonna work, but you know, just worth a shot. Ooh, that looks terrible. Whatever. Okay, we're gonna cut over to Hunter. Hunter, you are currently in a completely torn up house with 3 doors. One completely black, one with fire, and one with some arcane symbols on it. It looks like the roof has been completely pulled off, and surrounding your whole area is all sorts of boiling blood. And you recognize this as the kind of central hub area that led to all sorts of different places in your little blood palace. And there is a shadow walking around, like just a shadow figure of a person walking around amongst the floor. There's still blood that is like poured all over the floor at this point, but pretty much the way that you left this place. And you are kind of stretched out in a weird kind of way. You are a 2D figure on the ground as if you were its shadow, but you're in complete color, and the shadow's the one walking around, and you're just kind of like stuck to the floor, or like sometimes like up half on the floor, half on the walls. So you're basically a colorful shadow of this shadow creature who's walking around.
So am I puppeting his movement? So I'm just there, but like.
Yeah, you're kind
A
of trapped
prisoner?
in there, puppeting his movements. You get.
Whoa.
Actually, give me a wisdom saving throw real quick.
Can do.
Right, yeah. You're able to kind of break through. Your feet are kind of locked in place for where the shadow meets the other creature, but But other than that, you're able to kind of break free and kind of move around on your own. It's just your feet that are locked in place with this other guy. And so you just see the shadow kind of looking up all around, just saying like, "Ugh, talk about a fixer upper. Certainly could do a bit better than this."
Every now and then I'll like look down and like tug at the leg part of my shadow to see if I can like peel it off.
Don't try. It ain't gonna be worth it. I mean, you can try all you want, actually. The more you suffer is kind of the more pleasurable for me, just because I'm a demon. I'm kind of like that. But if you want to save your energy, don't even bother.
All right. Well, so are you like out there too, or?
Oh yeah, I got total control of your body right now. And hopefully it's gonna be a lot of fun. I've arranged to get some shrooms. Now that's gonna be fun for the both of us.
I mean, I guess. So if you're out there, you're also trapped in here? Like, what are you doing kicking around here?
Yeah, I'm a bit of both. I'm kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I'm getting that. All right. Well, you say it'll be fun for both of us? I don't know if we have time for this, man. Don't reckon we can take a little rain check on the old Tripperoonie. And
why would you do that? Come on, your little thing that you were wanting to do. That's not till tomorrow. We got all day here. We could have all sorts of fun.
Technically, yeah, but I mean, there's some prep work. I'd much rather have this as like a celebration toast. You know, pop in once I get an evening to relax. This is kind of like, you know, when you get a test that's really important, and then like the day when you're supposed to meet with the study group to get it situated, like you get thrown into a van and then taken away. What's a van? A coach, like a stagecoach. You know what I mean? Like, this is fun. This is fun, but like priorities.
Not sure I really agree about all those priorities you got going on, because gotta say, I've been tagging you for a while, and I'm not really impressed with what you've been doing. I thought we were gonna be killing squids! But no, instead we're just doing all this peace talks and talking this, talking that, and make sure that this guy's friendly and this guy's friendly. I wanna kill some squid.
Yeah, and I'm with you there. I'm with you, but like, that's kind of why it's the worst time for you to jump in, right? Because like, you ain't gonna be able to do that anyway. So like, why not wait to pop out till like it's squid crushing time? You know what I mean?
What exactly are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting you kind of give me back the driver's seat for a minute, and once we get this important mission where my survival is at stake, along with some other shit, we get some downtime, and you know what? How about this? Not only will I give you a nice afternoon to partake in them sweet, sweet mushrooms, but also I'll bring you back out another time when it's squid crushing time. That's a twofer right there. You just got twice the time. Well, twice the occasions.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Persuasion.
That's pretty good. It's very tempting, but see, what I'm worried about is that I'm gonna let you get back into your body, and then you're gonna nag on the deal.
Well, yeah, but we have an arrangement, right? Like, you being here is a favor to me, and I appreciate that favor. Now, it would be bad form for me to go to my boss and, like, kind of spit on the favor he gave me. So, like, I'm just putting this favor in my pocket and busting it out when it's less inconvenient. You know what I mean? When it works for both of us a little better.
I'm not exactly interested in what's gonna work out perfectly. I mean, I got your body right here, right now, and I want to use it.
Understandable. What do you
10,000 years trapped inside a shadowy form, and now I finally get to move around in 3D space. And now you want me to go back already? That's not fun.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, isn't it? I'll tell you what, I'll daydream something fierce. Keep you entertained. That's
Go ahead and roll one more persuasion, which I guess kind of counts as the disadvantage because already this is an uphill battle to get him to do it. So with
Ooh.
we're gonna cut over to the other group.
Understandable.
Let's see. Okay, so we're going to cut back over to our good old factory, where we've got good old Demon Hunter tied up in a chair, and we've got the eye right on him. Chimera has gone off, but we'll say that we're cutting back around the time. We'll cut in like right before Chimera gets back. So Anwar, Audra, is there anything that you have to say with either Anwar's father or Demon Hunter or anything like that?
I know Audra said some stuff last time, so I don't think I have anything else. But I mean, definitely still just like sword and shield at the ready because I don't know what this thing's gonna do. You know.
Audra, can't you the power of becoming compels you and do some cleric stuff?
Well, if the anti-magic didn't work, I don't know that magic will work. I can try. We have an opportunity, I suppose.
You want to roll religion real quick?
Yeah, and I feel like I did that last time and I knew nothing, but I'm fine doing it again.
That was specifically about what do you know about demons, and
right. Okay.
Because you're never trained in a cleric thing, you just don't.
Sure.
16.
Yeah, it has a 16.
So there is a spell that can undo possessions. I think it's dispel or destroy good and evil or something like that. It's a 5th level spell, which you don't have access to.
Right. Okay.
So you would know that currently you do not have the means. It would be more powerful magic to remove a possession through magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dispel evil and good. That's what you're thinking of, I think, Richard. Yeah, break enchantment, dismissal. Yeah, okay, got it. There are things clerics can do, Anwar, but I'm not there yet. I'm not too far away. I'd like to think, but I can't do anything right now that would free Hunter from this. I'm sorry.
This makes me very concerned for how tomorrow's gonna go. If this is all a mistake.
I do have spells that can at least hold people in place, but
yeah,
I have to admit I feel the same way. If this didn't work on Hunter here, granted, the Cerebro Happy Dan situation seems different from my understanding, but I truly don't know what's going to happen either. And now, and she's saying all this while still at the ready, just in case, and I can be ready.
Guys, I'm right here.
Right. I'm not bothered by you hearing any of this.
Alright, cool!
And it does make me nervous for tomorrow, Anwar. I'll admit the same. And we'll all have to be just as prepared for whatever may happen. How are you feeling?
Well, I've thought of a few contingency plans.
Oh?
I know it's only been a couple minutes, but it feels like it's been 2 weeks. I've had to mill over about this.
Feels like longer to me. Time is a strange thing, isn't it?
It's just this year. It's just weird. So, I figure once Chimera gets back, we can discuss our options. Really depends on
just around that time, Chimera comes through the door.
Yep. Oh, did you procure the substances, Chimera?
Yeah, sure. And Gregor saw me do it, so it's even more fun. She's on her walk over. I want to say she probably transferred whatever, like, vial or whatever of holy water into, like, a regular cup.
Mm-hmm. You know, Audra trusts Chimera, but your yeah, sure makes Tony the player go, I want to incite that, but Audra wouldn't.
I mean, I got it. I mean, as far as I know,
Yeah,
I
no, that
procured
is true.
item.
Yeah.
Pick a number between, like, 1 and 6, will you? One of you. Doesn't matter.
3.
Thanks.
All right, then. So from the cup, I guess she just, like, splashes it into the demon's face.
Oh, you just... Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, you do that right now?
Yes.
So you take that water and you just pour it into Hunter's face.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how this shit works. I think I gave you an Arcana roll and it wasn't super. So here we are.
All right. Go ahead and roll 2d6 radiant damage.
Shit. 7.
Just pour holy water right on his face. It starts to burn. Just like ah! And like second degree burns immediately, like kind of start coming up, which tiefling normally doesn't have to deal with.
God.
And he's kind of looking like a little bit like a minor version of Two-Face for a second. He's like, "What the hell? Why did? That's not funny."
Is
Does
that
this do
acid?
any-
Did you just throw acid at his face?
What? That was
And
holy.
He's gonna start.
Nearly as well as I thought it was going to, actually.
He's gonna start trying to shake out of these chains.
I'll ask, does this do anything on the inside? Like, is there like a static or a shake or anything weird going on in there?
Yeah. Probably on the inside. All that boiling blood is just going to start like getting like super bright and hot, and then like and like turning into kind of like a glowing holy kind of thing, and then there's gonna be like explosions happening around, like eruptions, and on the inside the shadow's just gonna be like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on over there?
Do I need to pop out there and have a chat with them real fast? Settle things, you know?
Maybe let me see. I'll give you a little bit.
Yeah, give
I'll
me
let
like
you talk out of his hand.
yeah, give me like just give me like 10 seconons. Just let me
Cut-
pop
cut
in for 10
over.
seconds.
To kind of like trying to get through the chains.
I'm
You're gonna see one hand just kind of like start to move a little, and he's gonna do a little ventriloquist thing, and you can speak through the hand.
Oh God. Well, okay. I'd like to roll a persuasion or deception check to get him to let me take control for like 10 seconds.
All right, go ahead and roll persuasion.
That is not what I was looking for.
So there's gonna be this kind of weird back and forth, like, I'll give you half control, and now it literally is like a Two-Face thing, where like he turns his head one way, and you get the nice pretty side, and that's Hunter, and then he flips over the other way, and that's him, the demon side. So yeah, Hunter, he kind of like shifts his face over, and you can talk briefly, but you don't have full control.
okay. So in that
Do
moment,
I
in
have
this
one of
moment,
the hands?
sorry, you go first.
Do I have one of the hands?
No, I say just the face at this point.
Hmm.
He's still chained up, so you just have the face. And
So-
the anti-magic thing's still on you.
So in this moment, are we actually going to hear
Oh.
Hunter's voice then coming out?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was if
Maybe
you
for a second.
okay, I was about to throw a hold person, but that would hearing Hunter's voice would make Audra stop from doing that.
Your hold person wouldn't work anyway. You're in an anti-magic cone.
That is true.
I just lock eyes with Anwar. And I say, "Whiskey, give me a hand, magic." And hope that he remembers some shit I did with magic with one of my things of whiskey.
All right.
He's gonna flip
I'll-
over and be like, "Oh, ugh,
It's all right.
this
Whiskey
is
will make it
what
better.
I wanted.
No, whiskey will make it better. Don't you worry.
Fine, just give me those shrooms. Why are you backstabbing me? I thought we
Well-
were friends."
We can be.
Here's the thing, though. I'm quite tired at this moment. I will go and I
I'll
will
go
get
in.
more. Go for it.
Anwar will go over to the eye and shut the lid
Mhm.
and go to Hunter's things that were probably pulled off him and grab his whiskey.
Is your dad
Okay.
in that suit? I thought your dad was in the suit.
I mean, he kind of was like, "You guys are crazy. I don't want to be a part of this." So
Okay,
I think he
okay.
got
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So he parked the suit and left.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
you tell your dad to like shut the eye, he'll shut the eye and be like, "I'm getting out of here."
And he's
Bye,
still
Mr.
chained
Marwan.
up. So I'm guessing every time Hunter's used this spell, he's applied it directly to the forehead. So Anwar's going to take the whiskey and just pour the rest of it all over Hunter's face.
What are you doing?
I'm going to try and give a thumbs up. Can I do that with my hand?
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. You're trying really hard, but not really able to.
Okay, I'm not super confident this will work, but I am going to do my best to cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Okay, I think without the somatic component, you're not able to do it. But you could try next turn, theoretically.
Verbal somatic. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to shake. Yeah. Okay.
Cutting back over to kind of inside of your blood palace,
Mhm.
the shadows basically gonna say, "I thought we had a deal. Your friends are not making this fun at all.
Well,
Do you really want me as an enemy?"
no, I don't. Like I said, this is real just shit timing. I'll get you what you want, but it can't be right now. And at this point, if you win, they're gonna fuck me up, which I'm not thrilled with. You probably don't care about because of the suffering, eating the suffering for dessert and all that you do. But like, you can get what you want. You just have to wait. I promise you. I will make whatever deal. I will make you a deal. This is gonna happen, okay? You just need patience.
I think at this point, cutting back over to everything else, he's just gonna kind of slink down back in the blood palace. He's just gonna kind of slink down and be like, "Ugh, they're just gonna wail on you until you can't fight no more, huh? I thought we could have had fun together, but you all crossed me, and you will rue the day. You will regret the moment that you crossed me." And he's just gonna kind of slink away, and then you're gonna kind of like pop back up into full 3D force, or yeah, like in your blood palace kind of thing. And suddenly, like you had full control over your blood palace last time, you're starting to get full control over again, and cutting back over to the to the, what do you call it? To the
Real world?
factory area, he's just gonna say, "Fine. If that's the way you're gonna play it, that's the way you're gonna play it. But mark my words, you've not seen the last of me." And he's going to kind of go back into Hunter's shadow. Hunter, you're able to snap back into your full sense of your body, and the shadow is going to detach from you and start to, like, get away towards the nearest shadow in the building.
Okay.
Oh, that sucked.
Is anybody going to do anything as they start to see the shadow go off?
I wish we had Val in this party.
Do I have anything for this?
Can I lightning lure it? Can I grab it with my lightning lure and pull it back to me?
You can try. I will have everybody roll initiative at this point.
Okay.
Because it is detaching.
Fitting.
Let me give it a token real quick.
Thanks.
Y'all, this broke bad.
I mean, we might just end up killing it here. I don't know how strong it is.
I'm not gonna roll above a 10 tonight. I can feel it.
Oh,
That's my boss's friend.
Richard, I did say last time that I was holding on to Spirit Guardians just in case it's broke out.
Yep.
I did say that. Do I get to release this before a turn order kicks in? Because I did say I was specifically holding it in case something crazy
You'll
happened.
get to release it on your turn.
Okay.
I won't say you have a surprise round on it, but
Mhm.
on your turn, that's what you can do.
Okay.
Because if anything, he's surprising you guys by, like, suddenly he's just out.
True. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you're right.
Alright.
Richard, how big is this thing?
It's roughly the same size of Hunter's Shadow, so it's medium. And it's like a completely 2D image on the floor, like skirting off.
Is this like a Peter Pan situation where now Hunter has no shadow?
Briefly, yeah. I think at some point his, like, let's say within 1d4 seconds, like, a shadow begins to reemerge from him, but right now this shadow is broken off and is trying to book it. Let's see. 1075, okay. Chimera, you would have definitely gotten closer by this point. Okay. So yeah, he, like, we'll say he used his action to detach, and then using his movement. I mean, realistically, I mean, he rolled higher than the rest of you. He'd probably just go, like, straight over to the nearest shadow and just kind of get up in there. Once his shadow merges into another shadow, it's gonna be harder to detect him, but it's not like he's not there at all. Still, he's just practically invisible at this point. So I'm just gonna take him off the battle map, but this is still technically a thing. So if any of you have anything that can help detect or whatever else, Anwar, you see the area of shadow that he goes to. He kind of blends in with the shadow created by the whatever kind of contraption there is here. So Anwar, do you have anything that you can do?
Yeah, so right where I saw him last, Anwar's going to turn around, and he's going to, his armor is going to shuffle around into a fireworks cannon, and he's going to fire off pyrotechnics directly into where that patch of shadow was, creating a burst of light. I need it, if it is still there, I need it to make a Constitution saving throw or be blinded. But hopefully the light will disperse the shadow, and we will see if it is there or not.
So it needs to be in that 5-foot cube, or is it a 20-foot radius?
Well,
Choose an area that fits within a 5-foot cube within range. Each creature within 10 feet of the target must succeed a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. And it's not some. Oh, it says something you can see that fits within.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm firing at a space.
Okay, you're firing out of space. I will say, roll an investigation check, which is kind of part of your intelligence, to see if you can determine like how fast it was moving and in what direction, to see if you can clock where it would be by the time it was finishing its turn.
Okay. I'll throw a flash of genius on there. We'll say that my suit is like trying to track this thing.
Okay. So what happens now? It starts glowing or whatever.
It's basically a flashbang. It goes off. So my hope was that this thing would go off, like we would see like an imprint or a shadow of it in the shadow, and if it fails its Constitution saving throw, it's blinded for a round. I don't know if it's immune to blind or whatever, but I figure that's a good place to point it out for anyone looking.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you shoot off a thing, and for a quick second, like it's like pure blinding light nearly. But as you're kind of like looking through, you see that there's like one little area that like did not light up at all in the shape of a silhouette of a person, and that is right over here. And then it kind of goes away. But you gotta.
I'm sorry, I didn't see your ping, Richard.
There's
I think you're on the GM layer.
Oh shoot, you're right. Over here.
Okay,
Got it.
thank you.
So yeah, with your turn, with your action, you got him. Is there any bonus action that you want to do?
Not at this time. No. I'll point out and be like, "There he is," and I'll, mention
Alright.
it in that.
Chimera. Shadow, like really briefly, you kind of see the pyrotechnics go off, and you see the outline that he's still a 2D thing on the floor. But you do see him there.
I'd like to hunter's mark him then, if I can.
Yep, you do that.
Okay. Hunter's mark, and then nope, that's a 2D thing. I don't know if yeeting my shield at it will work. We'll yeet anyway. Yeah, so I'll step around to the side here and throw the shield. Sorry, Anwar.
Oh man.
It's not, well, I guess I won't hit him, which means I'll probably really super hard hit the floor, but that's aside the point.
I'm sorry,
Ooh,
y'all.
it's almost that crit.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you just kind of, and the thing like just kind of bangs off of 3 different pieces of Anwar's equipment. Bing, 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 and then comes back to you.
Why did you use that?
I don't want to go in the shadow. It doesn't seem like a good time.
Anything else?
You know what? Nope, that's me. That's me.
Okay.
We're gonna ride the failure with that one.
All right, Hunter.
I guess I'm chained up, huh?
You are.
I'm gonna do.
Please don't
One
break my
thing.
chains.
You have
The
access to
contingency.
hands though. You could move your hands now.
I don't know if I can do anything effectively. Let's see, what range am I looking at? 20. Okay, I'm gonna get bold, I guess. Is it possible for me to try to, like, rattle and launch myself onto the floor here, pointed so I can open my hands up like that?
I think that's an acrobatics check, I will say.
Cool. Here it comes with that.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. You're just trying to you're gonna like hurt your arm a little bit. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
you take 1 non-lethal damage, but
Right.
yeah, get down on.
And aiming at that square that was lit up,
Mhm.
I'm gonna blast a Burning Hands.
Okay.
So it's if he's in that 15-foot cone, he's getting 10 damage, fire damage.
All right, so you're kind of facing this way, kind of just his general direction.
Oh, he would make a saving throw, a dex saving throw,
Got it.
DC 14.
Wow. Okay. He got a critical failure. So, I'm gonna say that you shoot down the flames, kind of like skidding across the ground, and when it hits him, the flames like rise up in like kind of a vortex thing, and like his shadow kind of rises up with it. And he's like, "Ah!" And so now he's kind of like standing up, feet attached to the ground, but he is like a 3D creature now at this
Like
point.
kind of one of these guys.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Anything else you do for a bonus action or reaction or anything like that?
If I can try to like squiggle out of the chains, that would be great. But if that would be an action,
That would be an
I've already
action.
used.
Try to get
Okay.
out of chain.
Bonus action, sigh and slump.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll for that. Roll for sigh and slump.
That's probably my one good roll of the evening. It's a yeah, that's an 18.
Luckily, all this equipment around here is built to withstand the heat of flames and stuff, so nothing's
Oh,
catching
thank
fire.
goodness. That's good.
And
All
don't
right,
yeah,
shoot
you
any
got
red
it.
barrels, guys.
Everyone notices. Everyone can feel what you're feeling right now. Audra, you're up.
I'm popping off Spirit Guardians.
All right.
Where is... There it is. So... and I'll start moving closer to our shadow guy because I know if it moves, I want to make sure it's still within my radius.
Mhm.
And it affects on Shadow's turn, not mine, but those, becoming angels are going to swarm him, basically.
Okay.
And that's all for me this round.
Alrighty. Alright. Sorry, just one second.
Yeah, I'll check the... It's going to be a, I believe it's a wisdom save. On the start of its turn. Yes, wisdom save.
Alrighty. Alright, wisdom saving throw on its turn, which is coming up. Is there anything else to do bonus action wise or anything?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, starting on its turn, wisdom save. What's your DC?
14.
Alrighty. Got a 13, so he's gonna fail that.
All right. Full radiant damage here.
All these
16.
radiant things start kind of like floating up from out of the ground, just start slashing away at him.
Yep.
16 damage, yeah. Alrighty. So that's that. Let's see.
Richard,
Sorry, just had a quick question.
just as a heads up, Richard, he has half movement speed inside the Spirit Guardians.
Yes.
Okay, good,
Yes, he
yeah.
also has that. Also, I'm sorry, it's a 15-foot radius, not a 30, but he's still in it for this.
Okay.
And I probably would have gotten just slightly closer as a result.
Okay.
Whatever. Well, I'd be like, not. This is where he is currently. This square.
Yep.
Okay, so I'd be like, I don't want to be directly next to him, but
Okay.
yeah.
So he's kind of like going up in flames and everything else, and he's kind of like this weird, skinny, kind of weird-looking creature. He's gonna flex, and he just like immediately turns in like super buff. Like horn's gonna shoot out. Like he's basically putting on like the scariest looking demon, like shadow demon thing, and he's just gonna like open up his jaws and they're just gonna be like huge, like silvery teeth and then like red eyes that come out and it's just like back off. And I'm gonna need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, right. This is my good one.
Dang, we got some good wisdom saves so far. Okay. Chimera, that
I like that, actually.
gonna luck that? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's better.
There we
All
go.
right. None of you are frightened by that. You're like, bitch, we've gone up against trees and a lithid. You can't scare us. We've gone up against trees, goats, and a lithid. What can you bring to this? So none
Try
of
it,
you,
buddy.
and that's gonna scare him. He's gonna be like, "Oh shit!" And he's,
Oh, what did I? Oh, I fucked up.
um, he will, disappear. He just gets like big, just super big, scary. None of you flinch. He's like, "Oh fuck!" And then just kind of goes back into, kind of slinks back into the shadows, and starts moving away.
At half speed, while he's within the radius.
Yep. Alrighty. Next up is Anwar.
Is there any kind of check I can see? He's just invisible right now.
Essentially, yeah. It seemed
Okay.
like he's kind of merged back into the shadows.
So would it be reasonable to say that he's in this shadow here?
Up to you to decide. You don't really know right now.
Anwar, not sure what to do. Will
Oh, also, is your dad just like not in the room anymore? He's just totally gone, right?
yeah, I think he would have left when we went to go get drugs.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do a fairy fire. So that can tag invisible things.
Okay.
But it's a 20-foot cube. So I don't think he's in the circle anymore. So let's see. The lines are a little hard to see. But definitely here, we'll say 20-foot cube. And then one more over here, I guess. And then, or no, like more like in the middle here. So then something kind of like this. I don't know. I'm not a geometrist.
Okay.
I need to make it. If he's in that square, then he needs to make a dex save.
Alrighty. Okay. He does not. You shoot off a thing, and nothing seems to appear. Unclear if he dodged it or if he's just not in the spot.
Guys, I lost him. There's no way I can do like a perception check or anything with a bonus action, anything like that.
I would grant you, because of your like super heightened thing, I would grant you to do it, but without the advantage, because it's like a side thing that you're doing.
$20?
Yeah, totally invisible at this point and pretty much silent. doesn't seem like you're able to clock him at all. Even with a 20, like you look around, your armor thing is kind of ding ding ding, kind of like ticking around, and you feel like you should have a really good lock on him, but he's just so invisible and silent, you can't do anything.
Okay.
All right, Chimera. You have Hunter's Mark going. What does that mean?
It means I have advantage on a perception check to find him, but goddamn, if
So it's not like you
that...
know where he is or anything. I guess that's something else.
No. Yeah, it's just I get advantage on trying to find him.
Okay.
I don't have faith in it. Here we go.
Well, if you'd like to roll for it anyway, maybe there's just a instinct. You might, maybe, you never know.
Nope.
Just a flat 18. Dang, and a 20 didn't do it. I'll give you this. You get the sense, the way he didn't dodge that fire, you have a suspicion he's not in. You have a feeling he didn't dodge inside the square. You think he's not in the square, which means he's probably pretty close to you guys.
Okay, okay.
He couldn't get that far. He's not. You have a feeling he's not in the square, and there's only so much shadow around you. So you have a feeling that he's close.
So, in that case, I want to... Hold on, let me make sure I can do this. I want to light up my sword. I can use a bonus action to make it shed bright light in a 30-foot radius. Just says for 30-foot radius. So I will turn on my flashlight, I guess.
Okay. So, this will be really interesting, actually. So, how much light does it shed? Can you, like, turn on an aura or something?
Let me see.
Where does that
I
ability
think I
come
can.
from, Sid?
It's the
I made it
sword
for it.
that Anwar gave me.
Oh, nice.
Token aura. Oh, there it goes. We'll go 30 feet.
Can you make that visible for us too, Richard?
I'm working.
I don't see it yet. There we go. You shine out a holy light, and then suddenly all the shadow that's in that area vanishes. And all that's left is a shadow figure up against the machinery. You have totally exposed him. Let me give that to you. Yeah, you just see him like right up against the machines, or I guess the conveyor belt, whatever it is, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And he's also back to like his kind of scrawny form. He totally gave up on the big bad form. All right, so yeah, good use of your turn. So
Is that an action to find, like, to perceive him? You have advantage on wisdom. I
between
guess
that
that's...
and your perception, that's probably your action.
Okay, that's fair.
If you want to do a bonus action real quick, I'll let you do that.
Lighting up the sword was the bonus action.
Okay.
But for the
sorry,
hell of
sorry.
it,
Yeah.
we might do the action surge.
Okay. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna whack him.
Yeah, with a radiant weapon, you can definitely potentially
Hopefully.
hit him if you can land a hit.
If I can land a hit. Wow. Okay. So that's first
Hey.
and second.
Fuck yeah, you crit and then you hit him.
Okay, so I get brutal critical. So I get to roll that dice again.
Nice.
So that's 3d.
Remember, your first one is full damage, so you just roll 2 more.
Right. Sorry about that. Roll 8.
plus 2d8 plus 2d6 because Hunter's Mark plus 6.
35.
All right, yeah. You slice into him. Well, I want to say describe how you do it because he's not finished off, but go ahead. For that much damage in your crit, describe what you do to him.
It's that immediate, like, she holds up her sword, it emits this vibrant, radiant energy, and she sees him, and it's just stalking forward with maybe, like, an uncalled for amount of menace. Who knows at this point? But she comes stalking forward, and it's just a quick slash of the blade.
All right. You go ahead and do that. Yeah. So it's howling and really hurt at this point. Sure.
I do have that second hit was a 22.
Oh, okay. You haven't even done the second hit. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all, I don't think he's making it to the
11.
rap party.
Ooh, yeah. He's hurt pretty bad at this point.
As a bonus action, can I like a pretend bonus action? Can I just like throw the little baggie of shrooms at his face? Like, here's your fucking shrooms.
Just like
That's me though.
so.
Yeah.
All right, Hunter. This ally did not end up being an ally. What do you do? You're still kind of on the ground, but maybe you can do something.
I'd like to read the room. I get the feeling, left to their own devices, my party's gonna kill the shit out of this here shadow, huh?
Yeah.
Well, think of all the reasons why we should keep him alive.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. All right. So what are the cons? What are the cons then?
Of killing him?
No, cons of leaving him alive. Because I got a list going of pro.
He might come and kill me now.
Yeah, it's like, I will get you.
Well, I mean, I'm
Pretty
still
good.
chained up, so I guess just to see what he's gonna say, I'm gonna say to him, "You get the fuck out of here now, and we can just call this even. Don't have to be a thing."
I'm trying to get out of here. Let me.
We let you go. Are you gonna come fuck with me and mine again?
No, gosh, no. You guys are plenty capable. I see I have overstepped my abilities here. And
Yeah.
I very much like to leave and go back to the abyss where it's safe.
Next time, the abyss where it's safe. Next time I offer a fucking rain check, you take the fucking rain check.
I understand that now.
And then I'm gonna try to squirm out of my. Actually, no. Power play. I'm gonna stay in the chains and just kind of like lean back and consider myself relaxed for now.
Okay. Audra.
I'm running up to the thing. I'm not necessarily swinging at it just yet, but looking around, what did like the rest of the party look like here? Because I heard Hunter like, say his spiel, but like Chimera, Anwar, what's like the look on your faces right now? Is it like we should just kill this thing, or is it like let him go? Because I'm very much in the like, let's just finish this thing off and not let it be a problem later kind of zone.
I mean, you see Hunter trying to talk with him, and you saw Chimera nearly killing him.
Right. So like as I run by Anwar and Chimera, do you two still have your war faces on?
Y'all want an insight? See if he's telling the truth. Or unless y'all don't care, then it's whatever.
He lied to me once before, and I got caught buying shrooms for him by my ex-husband.
It's just my boss's friend who he sent to help us on purpose.
You're gonna get fired.
I think this is a good solution to our problem. I think I think Audra killing a demon is the most Audra thing that could ever happen. If we
Well,
want to talk about what my character would do.
my hands are tied.
They are. All right. Well,
Make a decision. What are you gonna do?
yeah, I'm gonna hit him.
Okay.
I wanted to like. I just wanted to see other people's thoughts, but like, listen, I was gonna hit him. Let's be real. Swing and a bonus swing with War Priest. I'll turn the first one into a hit, so it's 2 hits if it's not already.
Yeah, that's with your War Priest thing that you turn it into 2 hits.
All right. And how's about 19 more damage?
How do you want to do this thing?
I take the first swipe, and like as I come across, like that puts me like in position to look at Hunter, and I'm just like, Hunter, man, we can't. I'm sorry. And then just swing back across in the same pattern, you know, in the same spot.
As Audra fucking cuts this ghost down, I'm gonna stare at the ghost and say, "Did what I could."
You're just gonna hear one last. You haven't seen the last of us. And with that, the shadow is gone.
Yep. I dismiss my angels. And then I walk over to Hunter. And I look down, and I'm like, do you mind if I just see how long it takes you to get out of my chains, just as a quality assurance test?
I mean, shit, that'd be a good test for both of us, right?
Right.
Oh yeah. Y'all, I think that went pretty well. And I'm just gonna try and squirm out of the chains. All things considered, that went not awful.
Anwar goes over to the area that Chimera's shield ricocheted through, and he's like, yeah, no, this won't take hours to buff out.
I will say that, like, it dented a number of things, but not beyond what even a simple mending spell could do to fix it.
I got mending if you don't.
I'm just glad that we hadn't started making glass yet. That could have been disaster.
We knock it into one of these tanks and we create like Shadow Joker.
Oh, jeez.
I was thinking if there was like some kind of mason jar or like large light bulb, I could vortex warp it into it, and then we could have it like in a jar.
A ghost in
I'm
the
like,
jar?
there's no way
Yeah.
he's making anything like that.
Yep.
That'd be tight though. Jar ghost.
Well, I assume with your 22, you get out of my chains.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, Audra picks him. She'll wind him back up, put him back in her pack, and then Ryan, if you don't have it prepped, then Audra will just run her hand over and like mending buff out the dent for you.
I can't do mending, so
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Yep. She'll just voop, and it'll pop back.
Now, to be fair, that's not about the quality of the chains. That's about the quality of the hands.
Well, they kept you bound while possessed, so
Oh, it did the
I think
job.
they did the job. And more importantly, this didn't work. Anwar, you said you had backup plans?
Yeah, good to have you back, Hunter. That was scary there for a hot second.
That was weird for me too. Should have been there ain't the right words, but thanks for keeping me. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, that might.
Yeah, you're definitely looking a little bit like Two-Face right now.
Sorry.
Is this gonna be okay? Is this forever?
I can fix it in the morning.
Come back
Oh,
from
God.
death a few times. I figured you'd be okay.
Audra, something like that would probably take like a week to fix, right?
What?
Right?
No.
I
Wait.
look over at you, and then I look back at Hunter. Potentially longer.
Oh no, y'all.
It's definitely more than just a healing word or cure wounds thing. This is it's only 7 damage, but the way that it scarred the face, it's gonna need a what's the thing? Lesser restoration?
Yeah, that's I have that. I can prepare that. That's why
I need one of those to fix that.
yeah. I think I can prepare it. Maybe not.
I think it's just a
I
level
will
2.
pay to have it repaired.
You're right. There it
if
is. Yeah.
That is the case.
Yeah. No, I can fix. I have that. I can do it next day if I prepare it.
Are the shrooms that I threw at the shadow, are they still on the ground?
Did I make
Okay.
the whiskey too strong?
Then I'll throw it on like at Hunter as a
What the
sorry
What
buddy.
did I do to that brandy?
If you can deal with a botched face for an evening, Hunter, I will fix it in the morning.
Does it at least look badass? Oh, it don't look badass, do it? Oh no.
To be honest, it just looks rather blistered.
It feels rather blistered.
You know, some chicks like scars though, so
Like
give it a month and
what?
Try not to sleep on that side tonight.
Yeah, first degree burn wouldn't like show up so well with your complexion, and a third degree burn might even look kind of badass. But it's just a second degree burn. It's just kind of boily and gross.
The most painful kind.
But sometimes I'm a sometimes I'm a belly sleeper like that. Oh no.
Here, let me help you out. Since you did help us discover something important.
I'm
Anwar has
sorry,
cure
y'all.
wounds, but I imagine it's like an aerosol form, like like the Resident Evil like spray healing things.
Yeah.
So his armor is gonna transform again, and it's just gonna spray this like disinfectant into his face wounds.
like right into his eye.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it might burn a little bit.
What?
It stings like disinfectant. Just ah!
why does it taste like that?
Just
It was meant to be
experiencing
mint
all these
flavor.
burning feelings when normally fire doesn't bother you that much.
Why do I imagine it tasting like off?
Oh.
Yeah, all of it's just. Ugh.
Nice heal.
Oh,
Thank
Yeah,
max heal, 13.
Just there's still some scarring left over.
And like lots of bubbling and fizzing as it
There's already bubbling. Bubbles
Oh.
on bubbles.
Oh, never mind.
There.
I'm sorry. It was either that or I was gonna have you drink it.
Oh
Ooh, that would've
shit,
been
that
much
would've
better.
been rough.
Based
Somebody
on the
picked an odd number.
Can you imagine it on the way out?
based on the current state of your face, Hunter, it's probably a good thing it was thrown on you instead.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. That felt like a waste of an evening. I'm sorry for all the stress on that one.
We learned something though.
Potentially,
know that-
yeah.
this isn't the silver bullet that we were hoping for. So, with that said, and I guess Anwar is gonna like pull us over to like a drafts board or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to take you back to the STEM garden where you had kind of things?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
the map would be great.
Okay.
So I think for the most part, our plan doesn't have to change too much. It just has to have extra contingencies. So we're supposed to have Lopaw and Cerebro Dan landing in here, or one of the docks, where they'll leave and walk over towards the center of town. Where who's C? Is that? Oh, that's Caleb. That's what's his name?
Mazadon.
Mazadon.
Mazadon and Hunter will be there to greet him. Hunter, you still have that ring that prevents mind reading,
Yeah.
so
Shit,
Important
that
to
didn't.
have that.
Okay, yeah, we're good.
me and my father will be standing off to the side behind a building, trying to not think of anything suspicious, or we'll have the anti-magic cone at the ready once everyone's in position. Activating
I like
that.
The initials also say anti-magic.
That's yep.
Anwar and my dad is also anti-magic.
That also works.
Yeah. Sorry. Continue.
We'll activate the anti-magic zone, and hopefully the plan ends there. Happy Dan will be awake, and we can all go home happy. Except Lopal will still be very angry and likely confused, and Audra and Chimera, I imagine that you'll probably need to intervene so he doesn't start killing people.
I
But-
will do my best to hold him in place.
Assuming that doesn't happen, this is the best case scenario, mind you, Hunter, you were right on the idea that protection thing you have. It can help expel certain types of, I guess a good term is outsider. If that doesn't work, and if I give you the signal and it doesn't working, you need to perform it on Happy Dan.
Okay.
Now, if that doesn't work,
Then we go to the bar and hope for the best. Live out our last day drunk.
I had this other idea where it's not a fully fleshed out one, but if I were to warp him, similar to how I did to you during our game, I could immediately remove him from said situation and place him somewhere else, like a cage or a prison or some kind of stockade, something that would at least keep him from running away right away. And then we'll have to deal with Lowpaw, but at least one more thing taken out of the situation. What do you guys think?
How far away can you send him through your portal magic?
Not terribly far. The cage would need to be close.
Yeah.
So it says, I think, range 90 feet. So if we're at least 60 feet away, I can pop him. It just has to be on a surface or in a liquid that can support the target. I can't, like, put him 90 feet in the air and he drops in Looney Tunes style or anything like that. But if there's, like, a hanging cage or some kind of cage or prison, something like that,
Yeah.
I can portal him right in there.
Now this is gonna have to make sure that the anti-magic thingy is either off when we need it to be, or everyone else is outside of that zone when we start blasting magics.
Well, if the moment we see that the eye is ineffective on Happy Dan is the moment we try this other stuff, so it should be shut off, right?
Correct.
Now, either way, Lopal's gonna be pissed. If we can get him outside of the, if it does work, if we can get him outside of the zone, I can try to get in his brain, get him friendly. But then he might see that as maybe Mazadon should just do the talking there. Never mind.
I was about to say, in part, we're hoping that Maz's presence might be able to soothe some of that.
Oh, you're on nickname basis with him now. All right, cool. Wish I was in that club.
His name is too long.
Oh, I wouldn't tell him that shit.
3 syllables, too much.
Y'all want some brandy? This seems like brandy talk.
Perhaps.
No.
All right. Well, we have our plans and our contingency plans. I suppose we just need to procure and prepare the cage.
Yeah, I think if we can have one on standby ready, if we can talk to Caleb about getting one there, I think that's not outside the realm of possibility.
And this is for Happy Dan?
If this is for Happy Dan, if all else fails.
Could you send him into my wagon?
I think I need to be able to see it. So your hidden compartment wouldn't work.
I mean, it's on. We're meeting him on Smith Row, are we not? It wouldn't be strange to have a cage sitting there.
I was just thinking something that was already built, but yeah.
Well, we are near the docks.
Smith Row is literally where things get built.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
Perhaps there may already be such a thing.
Sounds good. All right. Shit. That sounds like a good plan. That sounds solid. Trying to punch holes in it and I got nothing.
If I need to cast a spell to hold him in place, just give me a warning. Just give me a shout. I'll be ready
If
to do it.
If I need to stab Lowpaw in the neck, you'd give me a sign and I'll do that. With help from everyone, because I'm terrified of the big bad guy.
So am I.
If
I'm really
only-
afraid of if people get hurt, they need to evacuate quickly.
If only a simple stab to the neck would do it. But it would take a lot of stabs to that neck.
It's a thick neck, ain't it?
Yes. Anwar
Yep.
raises a good point, though, about keeping other people protected. For such a meeting, would there not already be some sort of perimeter established? Some sort of avenue cordoned off for these people coming into town to travel? Just as much for their safety as for the public? It could
Yeah.
be...
The public is
Mazadon's got his elite warriors that are probably going to stick near him, and then Caleb has some barbarians and
Right.
some people like Pinky that he's been keeping around too. So.
But what I'm thinking though is like if this is, I'll paint real quick. Like if this is the area where this is potentially going down in this blue, can we kind of have like, you know, VIP ropes kind of here and here, like to make sure this avenue is only going to be traveled by like the diplomats, so to speak, and that way that keeps out civilian foot traffic, you know?
I like where your
We
head
need-
is at. I'd like to one-up you there. How about we circulate rumors around the townsfolk? It's a good thing, like happy surprise, like a welcoming party, surprise party. So we need people to be keeping like a whole square away, right?
We
the
need
one thing.
people around because we got an illithid that can suss out weird thoughts, and if it's too clear of an area with just us,
Okay, so we
that
can't
might be a little sussy.
so we can't clear out the area.
You could probably kind of like your rope idea, like Caleb would probably offer that you could get like a rope of guards or whatever, because it's probably fairly standard that when there's important people coming through that there's a fair amount of guard presence just in case there's
Yeah.
some kind of ambush that could happen anytime.
I'm
But
thinking
total clear out
Yeah,
is
I got you. Well, no, I was literally just thinking of like, you know, how like, you know, when there's a parade in town, you block two ends of a street, you know? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you could totally have some forces doing that.
Yeah.
And I
then-
like that. I mean,
yeah.
Better than innocence.
Yeah. And also in case of like if I need to, I can throw a hold person up on Happy Dan and Lopal simultaneously. Like if that needs to be done as well. I can hit two targets with it.
Nice.
I think if the anti-magic cone doesn't work, I'll make a loud noise that
Alright.
everyone will know what that means.
The code word will be Audra, use hold person now.
So
it's a
in
little
the office
longer
is
than.
just
Oh
Kevin yelling,
no!
"Warning! Warning! Warning!"
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so
I think we have our plan then.
Yeah, I would say you can go over to Caleb and basically explain your plan to him. I guess the only other thing, though, is that if Mazadon's going to be there and Caleb's going to be there and stuff, they might be asking, like, wait, what do you want?
Oh, right, they don't know.
Why are we
about
doing this?
Cerebro.
I guess you did mention that
I think we
Lopaz...
mentioned the worry to Mazadon.
Yeah, you've already talked with him about, like, something's off with his advisor.
Right. So, yeah,
But
I mean,
you-
if we...
The details of what?
Yeah.
Well, no, you said that he could have been compromised by an illithid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like, if we're
Yeah.
framing it that way, and we have essentially this, like, TSA scan of him coming in, if you will, then I think it's
Uh-huh.
reasonable for us to then have a backup plan if said TSA scan reveals something bad and things go awry. You know?
Okay.
Like,
Um,
I
it's
think
been a little
that-
while, but Mastodon's been on brought up to speed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like, I think we can logically get this without having to be direct about the Cerebro stuff, you know?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a persuasion at advantage because you got to be doing it together. Whoever's your best face, which I guess is Hunter.
Yep.
Said
Go ahead,
persuasion.
persuasion at advantage just to kind of see if everybody's on the same page with what's going on. Okay. Yeah. All right. So there might be a little bit of explaining to do, but overall they're like, all right, we'll go with your plan. Roll an insight. Somebody can roll an insight at advantage too.
I think I have the highest.
Mine's 5. How's yours?
I'm +6.
Take it.
All right. Well,
I think I could get him to re-roll that one, maybe.
Oh!
Re-roll the 1 in it.
yeah, I'll take it. Thanks, Sid. Oh boy.
The rolls have certainly-
Wow, are you?
All right.
I'm not feeling very insightful tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
Dice
move
want
forward.
us to challenge. They want a challenge for us.
Alrighty. So, you guys kind of do your talking that you need to do, and then that night, as you're kind of getting closer to bedtime, Audra, you are going to hear a message in your head. That is from a familiar voice that you have heard from Cerebro before.
Am I with the party, or are we like at home for the night?
I guess we could say right before you split up for the night. Just
Okay.
you have a. Oh, and I was gonna do something.
Have a good night, guys. Wait, hold on. Incoming message.
Yeah, exactly. Wait. Let's see. I'm going to put a timer on for 1 minute.
What?
You're going to get this message, and then you get 1 minute to discuss amongst yourselves before you have to reply. If you are going to
You monster.
Timer starts when when you finish reading the message. I take
I
it.
will let you know when yeah, I'll say and now. Okay. So, you hear a message in your head. It says, "I'm looking forward to our meeting tomorrow. Perhaps now we can build an alliance that will truly rival the Emperor's forces. Our last deal worked so well. One can only imagine what we achieved on our side." And go.
You got really laggy for me there, Richard. Can we do that again? I didn't hear like the second half. Oh,
I'm looking forward to our meeting tomorrow. Perhaps now we can build an alliance that will truly rival the Emperor's forces. One last deal. Our last deal worked so well for all involved. One can only imagine that we can achieve one can only imagine what we could achieve with the big one on our side. All right.
and that is all relayed.
Right before people are going.
Yep. Well, that seems dire.
We didn't hold
Ominous.
the parameters of our last deal. Let's put that on the table like immediately.
It's a threat. He's trying to shake us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could simply
Uh-oh.
say nothing.
Fucking smile and nod through it, dude. Just be like, "Oh, is that the plan?" Yes.
Sounds great. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, BB. Yeah. That's my vote.
I like that.
30
We're going to
seconds.
do what we're going to do anyway, right? Because, like, it's a little too late to actually squid pro quo with him.
Or you can ask for more details and be like, "You have my attention. Give me more."
Yeah,
And
more
then,
details.
but also smile and nod.
More details, smile and nod. Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir,
were
please.
speaking vaguely, Cerebro. More details, please.
Just under the wire. Dig it.
All right.
It's a squid message.
Our mutual goal is for me to take power and to leave you all alone. With Mazadon on our side, we may finally have the forces needed to succeed in that mission. And you'll truly be rid of me forever. All right, a minute.
Oh,
leave, him,
sorry.
leave him on scene.
Yeah, that's
Leave
what
him
I'm
on
thinking.
scene.
So you're saying? Oh, gotcha. So you're
Yep.
saying? Okay. Well, I mean, his goal is control of like the
40
big
seconds.
all of it, right?
Of the Empire to the east.
So this doesn't change shit for us, right? Like we're gonna deactivate him here. I mean, if we do that, he's gonna get pissed and come fuck with us, right?
He's going to eventually, either way.
Like 5 seconds.
I'd rather he not be made aware of the talks that are happening.
I agree with leaving him on red because who
Yeah.
knows how well he can like insight the fuck out of you.
Right.
And then we can
Through a
talk about
collect
this all
call.
night. Then we can talk about this all dang night. We can throw the popcorn and
Yeah,
wine back.
loophole. I can just message him back anytime. All right, I just say,
Oops, I ran out of
yeah.
spell slots.
we will see you tomorrow.
All right.
I like the timer jingle.
We need, you know what we need? We need to make a graphic. Like Ryan and I can make a graphic. It's like a proper clock face, and it's like the squid tentacles, and they just go around for 60 seconds.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
Alrighty.
For a hot second, I thought you were going to be like, we will see you tomorrow.
Prepare.
Where you are going to die. Die.
I was like,
It's on.
yeah. I didn't know how much it would be interpreted as a joke, but I had that exact thought. It was like, we shall see you tomorrow. Prepare. Just like some classic like, come ready for a fight.
God damn it, Andre.
No,
The appetizer is shit. You will eat it.
We will see you tomorrow for your doom.
That is the last you hear of him for the night.
Yep.
Thank God.
Ugh.
Respectfully, I love him as a villain.
Do we throw pajamas on and crack open the popcorn and wine and start talking about like, well, what if like he don't want to die? what if we helped him out? Like, what are the talks there?
I think he already lied to us once.
What did
And he
lie
got what
to us
he
about?
wanted out of it. I'm pretty sure he said he was going to get the fuck out of the territory, but he very much lingered.
He left a vessel to watch everything we were still doing. We already helped
Okay.
him gain power once. I don't know if I could do so again with a good conscience.
I just
He
wish we
did
could.
clear out a Sten garden in a good chunk of the area, but there is
Yeah.
some area around that you thought he was going to be gone.
Yeah. There was
feel
a
so
little bit of
much
white
better.
lies in what he did.
I'd feel
Mhm.
so much better if we could get the original locked down. Just like knocking out his avatar is. It would feel a
And
lot
what-
better if we had like an immediate response ready to roll, but we don't.
Sorry, an immediate response for what?
Like something where like suddenly his avatar disconnects and then we activate like Ghost Recon Delta or whatever to like have another move happen, but we don't have that. We don't have the resources
No.
for that.
No, we don't. Like,
So,
and
like-
to do so, I think we'd have to be at that fucking fort again.
And all we're going to be doing is knocking out his satellite.
It still means he is not privy to everything going on here, which is the important thing.
Yeah,
We're gonna cut
He-
off his camera, you know?
You're right. You're
He
right.
does
I
know
wish-
where we live, and he knows that we're not
where we
super
live, where
happy
we
fun mode
are.
anymore.
And
Which is all of our enemies, so get
I
in
mean-
line, bud.
like realistically, what stops him from getting another vessel? What stops him from messaging us anyway?
Yeah.
We just know we cut off his feed for this meeting, you know, which is
We
important.
cut off his
Yeah.
feed who has the ear of Lopa, which really
It's big.
brings up my most important fear is what if Lopa knows?
Knows
he-
but
that.
we don't know he knows. And he doesn't know we might know.
Did we insight that before when we were with him, Richard? Or we just don't know how much
I
Lopal
thought-
knows.
You did do some kind of insight, but you didn't get much from it.
Okay.
Like, I
Well,
think you did it too, but just it didn't. The roll didn't go well, and you're not really sure.
Well, I
maybe-
guess the one thing we can say is that if he is like, yeah, I knew who it was and what was going on, then we can be like, well, shit, then we didn't have to do all that sneaky nonsense bullshit, and we could have been straight up with you, and we wouldn't have stolen the boat and fought off your dudes. Like,
that's the misunderstanding that just fixes it all.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's low paw, so probably not, but at least we could. At least that's the ace in our. Not even an ace. That's a jack shit in our sleeve.
It's a pair of threes. The pair of threes in the hole.
It's a pair of threes that could put us into the all in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I've gone all in on worse.
Oh. Well, bio break, and then we wake up to see how this John Madden Doc scheme goes.
Sounds good to me.
All right, I'll hit the break screen, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Okie dokie, we are back. Let me get some music going. Richard, we are back. Over to you.
All right, so after some potentially disturbing messages from Cerebro, you were able to get maybe not a good night's rest, but a long night's rest. And you're able to prepare new spells, recover in whatever ways you may need to. And is there anything you want to RP about healing Hunter from his nasty wound?
We don't need to make a thing of it.
Okay. So we'll just say that you do that, so just mark that off your spell list.
Will do.
And then, is there anything else anybody's doing as far as spells prepared, anything like that? Are you, for hiding the eye and anything else, taking 10, taking 20, rolling for it? What do you want to do?
I think we'll just bring like probably like some kind of harp or something that will probably unveil when the time comes. Just so it's like out of sight. We're kind of in the map, kind of hidden in there. So I'll do like a take 20 to get it hidden. So
Okay. Well, with the amount of time that you have, you're definitely able. There's definitely some people in the streets though, as you're like, this is the first time you're taking the big tentacle monster like thing out and about, right?
yeah, I'd say it's been in the back room for a while. So
Yeah. People are like seeing it come out. They're just like, oh shit, it's an 11, and some people are like running out.
No, we're good. We're good.
just a test.
What's the meaning of this?
It's all good. This is just science. You called it science?
Yeah,
Seance. Some seance stuff.
I imagine it's kind of like Back to the Future. Like, is this an illithid? It's a science experiment. So after some freaking out and stuff, eventually you get people on board. And yeah, you spend some time kind of getting in your positions, huddling everything together. Caleb is talking with Mazadon and Thompson, who also will be there kind of as the greeting party. And the boat will eventually head in and dock on this center thing. You'll definitely have like some people out there who are like flagging in so they like have the right one to go to. And they go on in and they dock, and then yeah, out comes Lopa, Happy Dan, Krusk, and like all the other elite warriors are all kind of like walking out together along this path, walking towards. Also amongst this greeting party, as well as Mazadon and Caleb, you got Mazadon's elite Loxodon, like woolly Loxodon warriors, and also Caleb has got Pinky and some other of the like kind of, they range from human to half orc or somewhere in between. Some of them like a little bit of orcish blood here and there, quarter eighth orc kind of thing. But you've got that kind of humanish orc crew as well. That's kind of Caleb's elite warriors, which do not seem nearly as elite as Lopaz and Macedons, but it's what they got.
I forget where the plan was for not Anwar and his dad, but the rest of us to stand. But knowing who's arriving, I think Audra is very much going to try to stay off to the side, out of sight.
I think that was the plan. You guys are like off on the side,
Okay.
kind of. And so they're all going to walk along the thing, right along the path, as expected. Out in front, the elite warriors will say Krusk and one of the other warriors are going to walk out in front a few paces, and then there will be 3 other of the elite warriors behind. Happy Dan will be right at the right-hand side of Lopa, coming out. And eventually they will get into the center of this kind of area to meet Mazadon and everybody else, and it is time to spring your trap. So what are you doing?
Once, like, Anwar's there with his father, and it's like, they're in position. Are you ready for this?
I'm as ready as I will ever be, Anwar.
I'll keep you safe, I promise. And Anwar, who I imagine Hunter's in position, Audra may or may not be able to see him where he is. I think Kamira's in the far other side, so it's a lot of like this.
I have eyes on Happy
Let's get
Dan,
out.
but I'm waiting just for your verbal cue, basically.
Anwar is going to pull off the drape or the tarp
Mm-hmm.
and activate the anti-magic eye so it hits the entire square.
Yeah, so I imagine, so like that's your father's cue to activate the thing is when the tarp goes down.
Yep.
So you throw the thing down, he activates the eye, it opens up, and then boom! You can't really see anything. Like it's not like a beam comes out or whatever. Like it just opens up, and
There's not a smell or a noise or
you're
anything
not
like
really
that.
affected by anything, but you see Happy Dan immediately like, oh.
I will like catch him, like like, you okay? Here, come with me.
You see his, like, he starts to catch his nose. He's struggling for a bit. I'm gonna roll here.
And then his head explodes, scanner
Yeah.
style. He's standing. He's able to, like, you kind of go over to him. He's like, wait. And eventually you see his nose is bleeding like crazy. And then he's gonna eventually look up, and he doesn't have those blackened eyes anymore. He just has like regular human eyes. He's looking all around.
I got this. I'm going to like kind of reach out and pull him in and look to
Lopa and everyone around are just like, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna look to Lopa and say I should get him over. I'll get him taken care of. Hello again.
Seeing the bloody nose, Lopa's like, gross. Get that away from me.
All right, yeah, I'll walk him around to where. Ooh, would we have said I should walk him towards the anti-magic beam or like away and around the corner?
It was really like if Happy Dan can speak, let him speak.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just kind of pull him in. Are you okay? Are you?
Just kind of like holding his head.
I'll pull a napkin and apply it to the nose.
Yeah, he's gonna look down at his hand and be like, "What the hell's this thing in my hand?" Ugh. And you look down. Go ahead and give me a perception check real quick.
Perception.
It's an elephant seed.
Oh, that's a really good perception. You look down. It is very tiny, but you look down and like kind of curled up into a ball that then kind of like unfolds is like the tiniest little what do they call those? I had the word for this earlier today.
Tadpole?
No, it's like a little crawfish. It was like curled up into a ball, and then it kind of flattens out. It's like, what the hell is that? What the hell is this thing?
Just as suspected. All right, we Mazadon, we were correct about.
I was gonna say, Lopa's off talking with Mazadon and Thompson at this point. You guys kind of gone off a little bit further away.
Oh, yeah, I'll wave in Kamira.
As you go over to the side, he's gonna turn the eye to like keep the eye on you and Happy Dan the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
What the fuck is
It's gonna
that?
be okay, Dan. All right, so
You're not gonna wake it up from a dream. I don't understand.
I know, just be cool. It's gonna be okay, I think. Welcome back. I'm gonna give him like a forehead kiss and like a back pat. You're safe. Hopefully you're safe now. We're doing what we can.
I don't understand what's fucking going on. And he's gonna start like tearing up and crying. He's still like overwhelmed with emotion.
I'm gonna shove him into Kamira's hug. He needs a
Kamira's
mama.
hug.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna walk over towards Mazadon.
Okay, so he's still kind of like holding this thing in his hand while he goes over
Mhm.
into Chimera's arms.
Can I?
Oh no, I took it. I took it.
Okay.
With the bloody tissue or bloody hand cloth.
He's gonna like be kind of sobbing into Chimera, like, I think it's fucking real. I don't understand. I don't understand at all.
Deep breaths, darling. In and out with me.
You're doing great.
Just
He's gonna do some breaths, and we'll follow
Yeah.
Hunter for a second with his crawfish thing. The eye's still gonna kind of follow. You guys are kind of like looking over. You can see that low. The thing with the eye, like I don't. But you notice they're kind of like talking things through, and it seems like Lopaw is kind of distracted by the moment by the big three, and it's not the main thing he's focused on right now.
I do that thing that like sometimes kids will do where it's like you walk up, or people to bosses, whatever. You walk up. I'm gonna walk up to Mazadon and like stand there like ready to present something, but then just kind of like staring at them, waiting for like the appropriate pause.
Mm-hmm.
Mazadon.
At some point, yeah, if you're getting up that close, you're definitely gonna hear some of the murmurings going on, and you're gonna be hearing Lopaw just kind of like look down at you and then speak over to Mazda. I don't want to fucking sight. Like, why are these people always fucking around?
I mean, we got that's fair. Mazadon and Lopaw, as we suspected, we were correct about Lopaw. One of your trusted aides had a spy in him.
Spy?
Yeah.
Wait, he's the one that you were working for, though.
Well, this one, it's he wasn't acting like himself, and we've learned that Dan wasn't himself, so we had to play things out.
What the hell? He's been acting like that since the moment y'all got captured with him and got brought to my place. Did you know? Did you know the whole time?
Not the whole time, but at some point, listen, we had to play things through and make sure if he got any sense of what we were gonna do. Like, once we knew what we had to do, we couldn't risk letting anybody in on it. I apologize.
I have had it up to here. This whole close to the vest shit that you guys keep on doing.
Me too.
roll persuasion on that. It's such a genuine me too.
I laughed so hard I missed clicking. Oh, that 17 was right there.
Yeah, you get advantage though.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. Okay.
It's just such a genuine thing that I'm like, all right.
16 ain't bad.
You're just gonna hear him say like, Maz, we gotta talk. We gotta talk about them. We gotta talk about all this. And they ain't gonna be in the fucking room when we do, okay?
That's fair. That is fair.
And
I mean, yeah.
Mazadon's gonna say, yes, there is much to discuss.
So do we hang out with your boys, or?
Caleb's just basically going to say, well, why don't y'all go talking such, and we got somebody for you to meet, Mr. Lopaw, by the way. Nice to formally meet you. I'm the chief of this here Riverbed, and it's my honor to meet the chief of our good neighbor tribe over at Crab. And he's doing all the like pleasantries that he's supposed to, and he's pulling it off. And so eventually they're like, Lopez just like, fuck, we got a lot to talk about. And they're gonna start making their way towards what was the Imperial Keep. What now? I forget what we decided to call it. Caleb's house.
Spirit Halloween store.
All right, so they are kind of heading over that way. What are you all? What are you all doing now? You still have the little crawfish thing in your hand.
Audra was staying
Yeah.
out of sight, so she probably didn't see most of that. So once it's clear, she'll meet the rest of y'all and just what? So it seems to have worked.
I think so. I got an idea for a test. If you're all in now, I'm gonna keep this thing in here, in the cone. We're gonna
Yeah,
move.
the eye has still been kind of fixed on you, so it is just kind of like laying flat and dead right now. But
Mhm.
it's the entire time the anti-magic thing's been over it.
Did
Now I'm
that
thinking
come
if
out
we-
of Happy Dan?
Yeah, that came out of his nose. The blood. So, like, my thought is, if we move Happy Dan out of the cone, if he starts acting funny, y'all push him back in. Just to see, like, if it's affecting just this or if there's something else in there. You know what I mean?
Well, regardless of if there's something else in there, considering that's what came out, should we not crush it right now?
I mean, yeah, let's fuck it up. I drop it on the ground and, like, create bonfire on it.
Kill it with fire.
And
you
still
can
the
do that.
anti-magic cone.
Ooh, that's a good point.
You can just stomp it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Stomp the shit out of it.
It's pretty itty bitty small, kind of like trying to step on
Like
not
a
quite an
cockroach?
ant, but a little bit bigger. So you're gonna need to roll to see if you hit it.
Is it moving still?
I guess not. I guess okay. Yeah, if you really want to like stomp it out,
Although-
you can.
I mean, that's fair though, because if you try to stomp on like a stink bug or a
Yeah, even
cockroach
if
or
it's not
something,
you.
like you have to really.
Yep. So why don't you go ahead and roll with advantage because you've got it's stunned or whatever.
I've got candles. I will burn it. I will burn it with a candle to death until it is destroyed.
All right.
Fuck
You
these
do that.
checks.
It eventually kind of burns up and just becomes a little charred piece of ash, and then eventually just kind of you can just kind of smear it on your fingers and it is gone. And what now? Happy Dan's still kind of in the corner. You haven't really tested out yet on that regard.
Do we drop the cone now?
I think let's push it. Let's let Happy Dan step out of it, and if he starts acting funny, push him back in. That way we don't have to turn it off and turn it on.
You push him back out, and he seems like he's still pretty much the same. He's just like the horror. The horror. I thought it was all a nightmare.
Now, what
it was
parts do
real.
you remember?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I was in like, how do you say like a mind palace?
I'm gonna hand him a jar of the pumpkin brandy.
What sort of mind palace, darling?
It's like I was kind of like within a dream. I felt like I was like a little fucking worm on a big fucking hook.
Do you remember anything that happened outside of this dream? Anything rooted in reality?
I did get some visions every once in a while. It was like I was on a little boat, and then there was like visions like passing through on the river. They like passed through me, and I felt like I had like a little window that I could look through and see what was going on around me. So like I had a little bit of semblance of what was going on, but then after that, it's like I was there, not there at the same time. I'm sorry. It's really hard to explain. I'm just coming out of it now. Is this real? Is this happening? Is this happening?
As far as we know, yeah, this one's happening. Drink.
This one
Here,
is not a
drink up.
fantasy.
Drink up.
Richard, just since he had like the bad nosebleed or whatever, to at least hopefully like
Yep.
maybe staunch the blood or something, I'll just do like a quick, like wipe
Punch to
or
the
like
face.
something, tap on his nose and just do a cure wounds just to hopefully make him feel a little better.
yeah.
Because I'm sure it did some damage emerging from him, you know?
Yeah. His nose does stop actively bleeding at that point. but there's still like he's still gotta mop it up. So there's probably like a little bit of him crying, but
So while he's drinking the brandy, I'll like grab it from him, dip a cloth in, and hand it back to him, and like start wiping his nose with it to like clean him up.
I got all sorts of dark visions of crazy beings beneath the water. It
Meet the water on the way here.
no, just like in the depthness of my mind.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
my brain was an ocean, and he kept on going deeper and deeper, and the creatures kept on getting larger and larger. And I was just a little fucking worm.
Now, do you remember any of the times that Lopa was talking to the person that was at the wheel there?
I don't know this low paw person.
All right, big scary that just walked off. Do you remember having chats with him, but it wasn't with you?
There was like a really big, scary looking orc guy that appeared
Mhm.
in the window sometimes.
That would be him.
But
You
it was
remember?
all just like wah 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 wah
Hmm.
wah.
Word.
Were there
Yeah.
any times where? Were there any
It's like
times?
if someone was speaking to you, but you was underwater, and then he was like up on land. I couldn't really make out what they were saying.
Do you remember any times when people were talking and you could hear what they were saying?
No, it was all just kind of that like watery muffled.
Okay. Well, we're
Your
gonna.
that thing
yeah.
that came emerging out of you, Dan. How did it get inside of you? That little creature. Did you eat something? Was it forced into you? How did it make its way into your skull?
I thought it was a nightmare, but what I thought. Well, first I kind of got I got a thing with drinking, and
Yeah, we know.
I found my way over into a little alleyway, and I was puking and stuff, and then like this guard, like one of them imperial things, like one of them guards came over, and he like. Well, you know, it wasn't a guard. It was like one of them creepier guards, like the ones with like the face mask and stuff, and the hoods and the robes.
Mm-hmm.
He came over and he like put this little thing up to my eyeball, and it like climbed up inside my eye.
God.
I thought it was all a nightmare, but I started to think it wasn't no nightmare at all.
Well, we should get you somewhere where you can kind of relax and
Well,
feel
well, heck, old habits kind of die hard. If you're trying to get me somewhere where I can relax and feel better, you best point me over to the nearest tavern.
Well, you finish this here jar of brandy. That'll do it for you.
I do. You're Hunter Valentine, right? I seen you around the pubs.
Yeah, everybody knows Happy Dan.
That's right.
You're
Please call me.
too sweet to be sour. Always there for happy hour.
That's right. That's what they said about me.
Yeah.
I tell you, Happy Dan ain't so happy right now.
Well, I'm just glad we got you when we did. Let's get you to a bathhouse and fill you up with some happy juice and some sleep.
There's nothing more. I really appreciate it, sir.
I'm gonna walk him
Will
off.
somebody stay with him?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk him there and then like rush back to the group.
All right. The little Batman. No. 30 minutes later.
Well, that was rough.
Could have been worse, though.
Yeah,
It could have been a lot worse.
he could have taken off his pants like before we got there.
What?
Bathhouse, he was real ready.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you meant during the. Never mind.
Yeah. Don't worry. It's he's safe and sound. How long they been in there talking? What's the game plan?
Guessing at some point someone would have come over and said that we don't need the magic eye anymore. I mean, I can see you. You're not that far
we're
away.
We're
I
just
just
stuck
figured
there.
you would have told your father at some point when Happy Dan like left the cone area. Just like, all right.
I mean, they would have had to have not been inside the range of it anymore, but yeah.
I would have given you guys a thumbs up as we walked away.
Anwar would get it back in the cart or whatever was used to get it there and be like, I guess
think
it
it's
worked.
actually your dad's inside the suit. He's stuck inside of it whenever he wants to like operate it. So he's
Yeah.
just like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go back to the factory.
I was expecting a fight.
I'm glad we didn't have one.
Yeah.
Well, so far.
Right. And now that we know that this possession wasn't done by any sort of, active spell, it was that little shrimp thing, I'm concerned there may be others embedded in other folks.
Yeah, we can be sure there are. So
Maybe I can look
guess
at the next one that we get.
If the Illithids are already connected together in sort of a hive mind, perhaps in time Dan will be able to recall others he was linked to and we could track him down that way.
maybe.
We should get Happy Dan some rest. He's been having a joyride for however many months.
Oh, that's
Right.
covered. He's gonna be. I told the people at the bathhouse, like, the second y'all take care of him, put him in a bed for at least a week. He's donezo. Kind of think maybe we should get not Skittle, the Zoomy boy,
Oh, Twig.
Twig. I think we need to get Twig checking out perimeters, and we need eyes, because if the Empire decides to send shit back to us, we're only as strong as this alliance, right?
We have guards, we have patrols, we have things like that, and we have,
Yeah,
people
but
whose
that's
job
nothing
that is.
against an Empire.
Well, assuming that things go well at this talk, we have a formidable alliance against Cerebro's forces.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Lopaw there.
Right.
We should probably get in there. The longer Lopot talks about us without us
Well,
there, the worse things get.
Said he don't want us there. I mean,
For how
we
long?
could listen in.
That might be useful.
I can do that.
Really?
Yes.
Well, shit. All right, let's do that. Do we need to distract the other bodyguards that aren't happy with us?
I
'Cause I
could.
assume they're not in there either.
I can listen in from within a mile of the meeting place without them knowing.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, cool. Tap into the Matrix there, bud.
Which one is this?
Clairvoyance. It just drops an invisible sphere that I can see and hear out of.
Does it need to be somewhere you've been to before, though?
That's what I want to check real quick. It says a location familiar to you, so a place you've visited or seen before. So, assuming we've been in the building where the meeting is happening, like in any capacity, then I should be able to drop it in.
You guys were talking with Caleb inside there, weren't you?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we've been in this meeting hall.
Then yeah, you'd be able to do that.
Cool.
You can do it for up to 10 minutes per third level slot.
Correct. So, Richard, I'd like to drop. Well, like when people are ready, because I'll be like, I think I'm immobile while I do it, maybe. But I'm ready to. Yeah, like I can. Yeah, drop in for 10 minutes at a time if folks are.
hearing. You can't do both.
Yeah, sorry. Well, it would be hearing in that case. As an action, I can switch between seeing and hearing, but I think hearing is the more important thing. So yeah,
Okay.
I drop it in. I don't think anybody in there has true sight, but Richard, in case they do, that will play in here.
Okay. So which do you choose first, sight or hearing?
The hearing first.
Okay.
Well, I should say it would technically be sight just for like just a moment, just to make sure I'm in the right spot, and then switching right over.
So you kind of look in. You see a number of kind of plush chairs with lovely like furs of various kinds, of all sorts of like woolly creatures, and they're kind of spread around in an equal distance to each other in kind of like a circle form, and some of them are quite large, and the only person who really seems like in a chair way too big for him is Flash. It's just like Lowpaw is kind of like hunched over, kind of like fists in his hands. You see the big three. You see Caleb. You see, I think I've got an image for this. There you go. Yeah, you see Caleb. You see the big three. You see Flash. The only other person, let's see who might else be there.
I really like Iron Pan for scale in this image. That's funny.
Yeah. The only person you see in the room is somebody who is kind of continuously drumming, and you see somebody who's been a part of the Resistance before, that bard who gave you some inspiration, Selvek. He is just kind of like gently doing. He's not like pounding away. He just got very gently.
We asked him to do calm emotions, right? So I would just assume he's doing something like that to keep the vibe good.
You can roll an Arcana if you'd like.
Yeah, I will. It's just flat for me. Yeah, I feel like we had mentioned that in previous discussion. 7.
I would have advantage for this because of what it is.
Okay. How about a 15?
Yep. You recognize that part of what he's doing is a Zone of Truth spell. Keep everybody truthful.
Got it. Okay.
It looks like, unfortunately, he can't do both at the same time, and he's chosen truth over calm emotions. And so, like, Lowpaw looked really freaking pissed. He's kind of like gritting in there reluctantly. Tamsin, very neutral. Mazadon, also very stoic. And Caleb, just kind of looking around, looking a little over his head. It's like, oh, I didn't sign up for this. So yeah, you get the sense that they're talking for a while. You don't see anyone else in the immediate room.
Okay. And yeah, upon that moment, I'm immediately switching to hearing. Just once I make sure I'm in the right room, and yeah, I want to hear what's going down. So I get 9 minutes and 50 seconds or whatever of audio.
At this point, fairly early on, I think Mazadon's the one kind of leading the conversation, basically saying, like, there's gonna have to be reparations. And so it seems like they're talking about how the dwarves that took over this area are going to make up for the fact that they totally dicked everyone over for 30 years. And so they're just kind of discussing amongst that. Can you roll a D100 for me, please? Anyone?
Sid, you rolled one tonight, so you want to go? You want to go, Ryan? All right, I'll do it. Here we go. D100. 68. Just one shy of nice.
People remain calm during the talks. They, at some point, will split off into different groups.
Okay.
Thomas and Mazadon are going to go talk over to Lopaw, whereas Caleb is going to kind of bring Flash Iron Pan aside more, and they're going to talk as well. But that's generally what you see by the end of the 10
Okay.
minutes.
When they break away, I'll pull out of my clairvoyance because I still have spell slots. Relay what happens to the party there and get a sense of who people would like me to follow. Audra would suggest following Lopaw, because that's more of a, for our safety, a pressing thing, I guess. That's who she'd recommend following into the breakout room, but she'll ask, the rest of the party if they feel otherwise.
I would agree.
All right.
So you're going to use another spell immediately?
Yeah, I'll pop another one off to hear specifically what the Lopaw breakout group is discussing.
Yeah, the gist of it, just because I don't want to take you through things too long.
Sure.
Essentially, Mazadon or Thompson are basically saying, like, hey, we need alliances. I know that you're going to hate this. Let's find something you can live with, kind of thing. That's the gist of it.
Okay. Does it seem like the talks are going to be going on for a while, or like what's the
going on for hours, if not days? So
Okay.
using all your spells up in the first
yeah.
minutes, maybe not the best use of your time.
Yeah. So yeah, I finished that. I relay that same information, and then the idea that, like, hey, yeah, no point in us and me casting this forever. Let's I guess we need to occupy our time for a bit, but it seems, things are at least starting on a good note.
So what are the rest of you doing at this point? Do you just want to fast forward, or is there anything you guys want to talk about, what your next moves are, or what do you want
If
to
we
do?
go there while the talks are happening, are we barred from going in?
You don't know until you try going there.
Lopaw seemed pretty keen on us not going, but
And it seems to be going well, so I don't want to, like, muck it up.
Do y'all want to try some bonding experience with the other guards that we've pissed
we
off?
bonded enough with the other guards.
We could see how Orc Dude is doing, right?
I don't know. I am curious how Caleb and Flash Iron Pan are doing. So I kind of want to, like, it feels weird that we're not a part of it. Although it's like boring diplomat stuff, but I'm like, without our guiding hand there, like, is this how it's gonna go correctly? So if Anwar could, he would be curious in that corner to see how that's going.
I have 2 more clairvoyances in me. If you'd like that, I can see that talk as well.
Sure.
Yep. All right, Richard, I eavesdrop on the Iron Pan talk.
All right. Eavesdropping over on the Iron Pan talk, you've got Caleb and Selvik and Flash there, all kind of talking amongst each other. It's very much Caleb's like, hey, like, you got to realize your people fucked up. Like, you're not gonna get out of this unscathed. We'll call it a win if you can get out alive. And Flash is very much like, we can work out some kind of reparations thing that lasts for a while. It's just really at this point a matter of price, and we just have to find something that's fair and not going to, like, completely dick us over. And we need assurances that we're going to be safe and we're not going to be fucked with, if we make this peace deal go through. So there's definitely a degree on both sides too. You would have heard a bit of, like, I don't fucking trust these guys. Like, are you kidding me? So there's some kind of smoothing over between Caleb and Mazadon, particularly being kind of, I guess Caleb and Thompson are both kind of, what do you call it? Actually, rather than Selvik, I would say there's this person that Caleb, I introduced a little bit earlier. What was his
Librarian?
name? The librarian guy. Yeah, he's like specifically a negotiator type. Where did I put him? Hunter, do you
Jerry.
remember what he was called? Well, in any case, the librarian guy, he's there too, and he's kind of being the negotiator. And Caleb's doing pretty well, but just being like, hey, come on now, like we got to work on this. Thompson is also trying to like hear both sides between Mazadon and kind of helping each other hear each other. And Mazadon seemed to be very like, we got to build as many alliances as possible, kind of thing. Like, suck it up. Like, I get they totally dicked us over. We don't need to trust them. Like, we can, trust but verify. But they do seem to be sensible people in the room that are talking through. It seems like the biggest hang up is that Lopa is like, I can't just forgive. Like, these assholes took so much from us. Like, I was just supposed to like accept some gold and be fine with that. So that's the main thing that's holding them up right now. But yeah.
Okay.
I think that if this is gonna take days, and it seems like both are working, they're doing the thing. I think in the coming days, Anwar's just gonna keep an eye on Happy Dan, on his treatment, see how he's doing, since he was kind of studying Kamira's daughter, Kion, with her treatment and recovery of being a mind slave. I guess Anwar would be looking, kind of like keeping a journal on people that used to be under the influence of Illithid and seeing if they show any signs of healing or anything like that.
Okay. So yeah, you could go ahead and do that. It's unclear yet if it will take hours if they can get it all done today, or if it's going to take more than one day. Kamira, do you have anything that you want to?
What day is it in the span of needing to meet up with Robit?
Robit, let's go ahead and look. Zoom in on the map here, or sorry, on the calendar.
For what it's worth, I do still have a slot left to message him as well.
1, 2, 3. You're 5 days away from when Arantis is going to meet with you in a location that's about 5 or 6 days away.
Probably potentially gonna get going on that.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess from this point, she's gathering her provisions and getting ready to set out.
Okay. Is there anything you want to talk amongst the group as far as like what you want to do next? It's also for the DM's benefit to know, what do you guys want to do next? Because yeah, this part's kind of like on autopilot, where unless you guys want to interject yourselves.
Yeah.
If you want to move on to the next thing, now's the time for you guys to discuss what is that next thing.
Yeah. So do you want me giving Arantis a heads up that we're about to depart? I do have one message slot potentially.
I mean, we said we were going to meet him in 10 days. I mean, I think it's fine to just go.
Okay.
I think.
But
No, go ahead.
I mean, that's
Find
Kamira's
out.
next thing, anyway.
I mean, my only thing was with this was also what we need to remember is that the purpose of negotiating peace in this entire realm was so that Lopa wouldn't murderize Audra.
Right.
So we should probably check and see, at least before we skip town, if that plot line has been solved.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it'd be like, anyways,
Yeah.
time to kill them.
Yeah. Well, I imagine I have to imagine, and Richard, correct me if I'm wrong, that like it's not like these peace talks are going 24/7. Like they'd probably break for the day, right? At some point.
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's an opportunity for us to check in. Just see like, hey, is it cool if we go take care of this other important quest?
Yep.
I kind of do want to check in, whether or not anyone else has anything to do with it. I do want to check in with Skarsgård, the other orc guard guy, bodyguard.
Oh, Pinky?
Rusk? Oh.
Krusk.
Oh, yeah.
Krusk, yeah. Thank you. Just to like, temper things. Be like, I recognize stuff has been not great. I'd like to work towards it, at the very least, being neutral towards each other.
So is it just Hunter that's gonna go over to them?
If no one
Well,
else wants to,
It won't be. It will not be beneficial for Audra to go. So.
that's fair. And I mean, honestly, it might work better if it's just Hunter. Who knows?
Okay. So yeah, we can do that real quick. So yeah, you would go up, and Pinky has also got a little bit of upgrade to his armor. No longer just like some leathers, but some nice studded leathers. He's looking real sharp. And Pinky's gonna be no longer the bouncer of a bar. He's the bouncer of the whole freaking like establishment, the whole like guard car thing. Like, oh hey, how's it going?
Hey, man, Master of Security looks good on you.
Thanks, looking real sharp. You too.
Yeah.
So
I-
you want to get on in this? What's going on? With the old...
No, they made it clear they don't want me in there or any of us. I was just gonna try and patch things up here with their security.
Oh, right on. Oh, you want me to stand by your side?
Honestly, I feel like Muscle would just be insincere at this point. But I appreciate it.
All right.
All right, tell you what. If they start kicking my teeth in, drag my body out of here. How about that?
I can do that.
All right, brother.
I'll
Big
hang
hug.
by. I'll hang by the door.
Big hug. Oh yeah. All right. I'll try.
Big hug, little buddy.
Ooh, I'll try and pick you up a souvenir.
All right. So yeah, you go on inside. You see, much like before, just kind of hanging outside the big doors that lead into some of the bigger hall areas where people meet and stuff. You just so many people are lined up outside the door. You got Lopaz's crew. You've got Mazadon's crew. You've got Caleb's crew. There's just like a whole ton of people that are all kind of waiting out there, and also kind of looking around, making sure there's no ambushes or anything like that of the like.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shake hands and make nice with Caleb's crew, and then Mazadon's crew, and then just kind of like build rapport in the room,
Mm-hmm.
and then turn to Lopaz guys, and kind of approach and give a reverential bow and say, hey y'all, I know our past has been a little rough, but just kind of wanted to smooth things out, you know, like I know we put y'all through some hell and y'all certainly roughed us up, but I just want to make sure that, you know, even if we can't be on the same page, same team, that at least we're bygones, you know what I mean?
Go ahead and roll persuasion. Not bad. Crust is gonna look down at you. Say, well, all right then. I mean, it ain't up to me, but depending on how that thing goes in there, seems like if it works, we all gonna be shaking hands real soon.
Good. Well, I mean, afraid we won't be around for it. We got other errands to run.
Oh, you skipping town, huh?
Well, I wish it was just skipping town. This is more business, keeping us busy. Saving the world don't leave much time for meandering.
Well, you might want to stay in town just for a little bit longer. What I hear, part of what they're talking about, is you guys.
Oh shit. What do you think? The morning? Give it to the morning?
I mean, they'll be breaking out sometime in the evening, gonna go back to their drinks and such.
All right.
Might be
I
worth
guess-
checking in. Last thing you want is, we gotta tell you something. We gotta hunt you down to tell you.
Oh, neither of us would want that.
No, sir.
Yeah. You'd end up with a rash and one of us would end up dead, huh?
Sounds right.
Yeah. You know what? How about one of them peace offerings? And I'm going to pull one of my daggers of poisoning mind out and hand it to him handle first.
He's gonna look at it, immediately see the aberrant of it. Get that shit away from me.
Well, the aberrant, any aberrant markings would have been like sanded down and like graffiti added to it at this point.
Okay. Alrighty, so I guess he'll take it by the handle. It's for me.
You or whoever you want to gift it to.
Alrighty then. He tucks it away, offers nothing in return.
Do I get a handshake?
He gives you a high five that kind of smacks your hand away.
That'll do. All right. I mean this in the nicest way possible. Hope I never see that mug again. And I hope you never see mine either.
One can only pray. With that, we'll cut back over to the other people.
Hell yeah.
I imagine at some point you're talking amongst yourselves about what your game plan.
Yeah, if we're getting ready to travel out.
So, it seems we've done our part. Do we want to stick around to see how it turns out, or do we want to... Miss Kamira, I know we kind of abruptly ended your journey.
I want to go. I understand the need to stick around and find out what'll happen. Even if that potentially results in maybe me taking on a head start, I wouldn't be adverse.
They do have... What's his name? Poe. Poe can reach out to us, right?
Mm-hmm. On their end?
Unless they want to tell us something directly, which, in all honesty, they probably do, since...
Probably like, you guys need to leave, and you need to never come back.
I don't know. I don't like you heading out alone, but I'm also really not fond of, I'd really hate to come back and see Flash's head on a spike on the front door. If that makes sense. Alright, I don't really hope I don't see that.
I wish you could do that shit that fast in real life. Usually I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
I don't know, Hunter, you talk to them. What do they say?
Oh, well, they were just saying that we might need to stick around for a little bit, because one of the topics might be us. So, I figure if we, R&R, keep it in town this, tonight, plan on setting out by morning. That or just plan on leaving the second they pop out of that room and chat with us.
Miss Kamira, could you wait another day? We could get all of our arrangements in order. I mean, they were before, but things have been shaken up quite a bit.
Sure. What's one more day?
Insight.
Oh, what's one more day? There's fucking vampires, Anwar. Fucking vampires.
So I rolled a 6. You look fine to me.
I'm fine.
Save.
Absolutely fine. Got it.
14. Does she seem fine?
Seems pretty fucking annoyed.
She's fine. Yeah, I'll let her figure it out.
Is it that time of the month? God.
Damn, all right, 90s medicine.
Lobotomy, get her.
Dude, that's gotta be
no, but
wicked,
She's
though,
hysterical.
for an orc, though. That's probably gotta be pretty wicked. Oof.
No, I mean, visibly, she's not overly pleased with the idea of waiting some more because it's kind of all she's done for like 6 months.
No, it's not really.
But I mean, she'll wait if she has to wait.
If you want to go ahead, then as long as you like leave us markers on your way, just so we like know what to expect. I don't know.
If I have to speak with Mazadon first, I mean, I'll do that.
Is there any additional prep we could help you with before we depart, Chimera? That way it's not so much waiting and more preparing.
I don't know, Hunter, if you want to talk with Caleb about squatters' rights laws or
Right. Well, shit.
setting up anything for that, because I have not the time nor the capacity. Or I can just give it to Gregor and tell him it'd be a favor. And then laugh as he tries to evict people.
If you give it to Gregor, you might wind up with a situation where he becomes the squatter.
I already paid for it. Squatters can stay there for all I care, but I don't know, I'd like it if they didn't trash my property. No, aside from that, I have nothing. Just need to get some food and go.
I mean, I can kill 4 dudes.
He's a big man.
What? No, like the squatters.
Oh, the squatters.
I can.
Yeah,
Anwar, what do you
not
see
really
over
hit.
there? Like, I could kill like 4 of them. Like,
they're not really hurting anything unless they are.
other than property value, but are we that kind of?
I'm probably not going to stick around anyway. No, like, I don't know. If nobody's too terribly adverse, I'd like to see if we can't speak with Mazadon when he comes out tonight.
I'm okay with
Make it
that.
so I'm not skipping town, but telling him what I'm doing. I don't know.
If we need to wait to
He
depart
might-
anyway, might as well use the time to speak with him.
You might also want to know that we suspect there are vampires in the region.
He might
Yeah.
want to sit. I mean, maybe, depending on what the taco's like in there. They're probably like, we're fucking sick of these guys.
And then we walk in, we're like, but what if vampires? And they're like, okay, alliance made. We hate vampires too.
Vampires don't exist.
I
And
guess
then
we'll hang out until
as a bat
Mazadon
flies
and then
through
we're
the
done for the day.
background.
Yep.
So you go ahead and do that, and you're kind of waiting outside for a while, and it's getting like, man, it's getting late. Somebody roll a d100.
I will roll it.
Yeah, I rolled one when you were
Oh.
off mic, so it's you now.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
While I'm rolling that, I think in the off time, I'm gonna go ahead and start devising a way to make it seem like Cammy's old house is haunted.
Just doing some strategic thaumaturgy.
Yeah, to like maybe smoke him out. But here's the
Okay.
D100.
We should just release the shadow. Told him, here, you can have this house.
Oh,
Haunted for real.
So yeah,
ideas.
it's pretty well. At some point while you're waiting, as it's getting towards dinner time, Poe kind of walks by. He's like, I've been summoned. Gotta go see what that's all about. And then like he goes inside, and then you're waiting like another 2 hours. Just like, damn, when are they gonna like break and get out of here? Like I thought they would night.
I'll leave. I swear, I'll leave.
And eventually, Poe steps out. I believe they've requested you this time. I believe they're just about done, just about wrapped up, but there's a little bit of unfinished business involving you four.
Of course there is.
I stuff some
The
notes
drooling
in my
gully.
pocket where it's like ghost sounds? Question mark? Question mark?
I suppose it's a good thing we didn't leave tonight.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You're not going to be killed or anything. This is...
Insight.
Like directly behind
Oh,
Poe is like
shit!
a bunch of people like right on the door's edge with like blades drawn.
Don't worry, they're not gonna kill you.
Cut to like reverse
Just
shot, and
laser.
behind us is the whole garrison.
With that insight, you just take him at his word. He's saying that. It's like, okay.
Well, shit, that's Poe. He wouldn't lie to us. Come on.
Yeah, I will,
He's not
give you a head-
nature's most deceitful bird or anything.
they were asking a bit about, who you answer to, and what my history is with you. I tried to explain that I did originally hire you for, but, yeah, they're, excuse me, they're asking some questions about that, some questions about your relationship with Mr. Daniels, and they were asking a bit about what I knew about, what kind of magical abilities, I knew that you had.
And what did
They're
you
definitely
say?
gonna try to kill us.
What did you tell them, Poe? I
mean,
say,
they-
drawing my blade.
We were in a zone of truth. I told them the truth.
Right.
I told them why I originally hired you and got you together. I told them about the robot, which they did already know about, because I think that's when they first met you, was when you were digging up the robot. And I told them about... I honestly don't fully know what you're capable of. I mentioned that you had gone up to the mountain to get the thing needed to put in the robot, the construct and things like that. Yeah, and then kind of said that you kind of outgrew me, and that I at some point you were no longer taking orders from me.
Well, it's not that we outgrew you. It just things kept
We're
coming
gone.
up and we couldn't find you.
That's fair.
Well,
in any case-
reactionary.
And he's gonna waddle away, and Pinky's gonna step out the door, being like, "All right, I think you guys are up."
I love Pinky. I would die for Pinky. God dang.
Oh gosh, that's all. I see you
I-
guys off.
I punched him in the face when it was not. That was past tense, Andrew. That was not present tense. Audrey will just give like a nod.
So you will go into the room with all of the people
Hold on.
there. They've. Sorry, go ahead.
Before we go in, Anwar's gonna take Hunter aside and say, "Listen, they've got a zone of truth up, so you need to be very careful how and what you say. All right? Do you know what you're gonna say?
Oh, not a clue.
Okay, I need you to know what you're gonna say. All right?" And Anwar's gonna like straighten out his coat and his jacket and everything, and kind of get everything right, and then his arm is going to kind of twist around, and then there's going to be like a little similar to the healing spray that he used. There's going to be like, tss, and he's going to spray this liquid kind of over him, and it's a mixture of cologne and pheromones. I'm using enhanceability, Eagle Splendor. So now
Aw,
he
shit.
smells
Nice.
and looks great, and has advantage on all charisma checks.
Nice.
So no change, huh?
Mm, right. Don't forget, Hunter. It's not a zone of the whole truth.
That's pretty good.
I mean,
all
that's
I can
that's,
do is
that's how it
react,
works. yeah.
right?
As long as you won't be able to lie, but there's nothing forcing you to say everything.
And that's our cleric, everybody.
I mean, that's true though. That's how the spell works.
It is.
And speaking of, while we're on it, Audra, so what are we gonna not do while we're in there?
I don't have anything to do while we are in there.
Bingo.
I feel that way every time, but I just want to make sure you say it.
Yeah, I have nothing to add to these talks.
So what do y'all want me to lie about?
Oh,
I don't think we need to say anything unless we're asked directly.
We're gonna be asked directly about a lot.
Well, there is an awful lot of magic I have that they don't know about.
Hunter, don't
Just as a-
incriminate us. Audra, don't threaten Lopa. Miss Chimera, you're fine.
Thank
Uh,
you.
He's not
You
weak.
as well.
Anwar, you did have the experience that the last time you were in a zone of truth, you succeeded and he knew it, and was
Yes.
basically like, "Hey, you gotta submit to this if you're gonna go through this initiation."
That's right. I remember
And
that.
I'm like, I'm sorry that my mind's too good. So...
Oh, I figure we all have the understanding for this that we have to submit to it. Like, that's pretty clear.
Eventually, you'll go into this area. The 5 chairs have now been like rearranged so they're all facing you, and you just kind of go in and you just kind of stand there. You don't get some comfy chairs, and just kind of in kind of a back corner area, barely lit, is just Selvik, just kind of very gently hitting a drum in like just the right spot that kind of reverberates out very calmingly, but you do kind of feel this sense that your mind's kind of being messed with a little bit. And I'm gonna need each of you to make charisma saving throws or choose to fail.
I'm just gonna submit to it.
Same. Gonna
I
soak
choose-
into that soft bath.
Yeah, all right.
I don't think it's gonna do us any good to refuse it, you know, in this situation.
All right. So, Thompson, as you all kind of come in and feel this lull, you're just kind of all standing there, and Thompson is going to pull out a scroll that they've been working on. So, we have been discussing you for quite some time as part of our arrangement, and we feel the need to address some things. We have drafted what we are calling the Riverbed Accords, and kind of flow this out. One of you may inspect if you wish.
I'll take it.
And
Yeah, give it to the
basically,
smart one.
looking over it, you see that they're basically like, you guys need to be accountable to somebody. You guys are all really powerful. At this point, you've taken out a flare. You need to answer to someone. Because multiple times you guys have been like, we're just going to do our own thing close to the vest. And that's freaked them out a bit. So
That's fair.
basically, they're like, you got to register with a chief. Like, you
That's
belong
fair,
to
and
some tribe.
honestly, that's preferable. Yeah, I can do that.
Caleb here is, of course, willing to sponsor you as members of his tribe, which would make the most sense. If this is not agreeable to you, then you leave this area amongst the domain of the Confederation of Tribes.
Well, don't think we want to
I
leave.
think we swear fealty to Caleb works.
Yeah,
I mean, that's easy pick. We voted for him.
right. That's my daddy.
Very good. We were hoping that it would come to that. And so now you must understand that he is responsible for you. And so if you do any things that betray the Confederation, he is the one that will have to answer for it.
Okay.
We have been negotiating all day for peace, for mutual understanding, and we are almost there. But we must address the fact that you have been playing a very dangerous game. We are still unclear on the details. You are somehow involved with the Empire leaving. You have somehow managed to find and defeat an Illithid, a Mind Flayer. And there are times that you have kept things so close to the vest that even we in leadership do not know what you're doing. We are afraid that at some point you may lose your way and could do something that could harm everybody. We need to make sure that you are in check. So you must either, be aware that your actions have consequences and could potentially harm the tribes, and you must have somebody you're responsible for, in this case Caleb, who will be responsible for you. And the last thing is, you must finally come clean and say everything you know. You are more involved with the Empire leaving than you have fully let on. You know more than you have said. If we cannot trust each other, you cannot be a part of the Confederation of Tribes, and you must go. So I ask you now, what is the nature of your relationship with this Happy Daniels, and what did you do in connection with the flare that was killed and the Empire leaving the area?
Well, we are 100% on board with having Caleb as our kind of check-in. We think those are agreeable terms. We
Sorry,
good?
I just saw what Kamira, or what Sydney wrote. Sorry, say one more time, Andrew. I got
Oh,
distracted.
we are 100% on board with having Caleb as our handler. I think we've reached an agreement.
That is only half of it.
Yeah, and listen to him. Yep.
Do not play games with us. We have been here for hours.
Yeah, that's
Let's
fair.
go and drink and be merry.
Oh
We
shit.
were
Yeah,
like,
you're right. You're right.
we're one banner, all the same, united against our illicit enemy.
You're right. Tamsin, big fan. Big fan. One of these? You do those? Anyway.
Also, just like in like not doing the full thing, you definitely clock Mazadon just being like you hear like a little come out of his trunk, and Lopatu is just kind of like no. Even
Okay.
Caleb doesn't look that happy with you right now.
I think Hunter's fine until he locks eyes with Caleb and then immediately like slumps a little. It's like, all right, yeah. So, dang. All right. Bear with me because it's been a lot.
So you don't need to say like everything if you don't want to, but if you want to just highlight the major points of what you say or anything, that's fine.
I think we take ownership of shit going a little wild with the logging camp. We
Do we have to mention that one? Do we have to mention that
all
one?
right.
That wasn't part of it.
That has nothing to do. And this kid,
That's
and
all
I,
come.
Zona
and I
Truth
leaned
is
over-
not
come clean.
on
and
here.
I, and I leaned over, and I leaned over the theater, and I just puked, and I was pretending, but I dropped the fake puke, and then that got everybody puking, and the theater was just filled with puke.
Caleb's just like, come on, boy.
Name that. Anyway.
Wrap it up and tell them what they need
What
to
is
know.
the Goonies?
There you go. Ding ding. Thank you.
Right, the boy, they raised some good points. We're all going to be on the same team. We got to be honest with each other. Honesty is what's going to keep us united.
I'm trying to think of what the points would be that we would not want to divulge in, because like
Directly making a
Sorry?
deal with an illicit might be a good one to try to avoid.
I feel like the jig is up. I feel like we're in
Yeah.
the zone of truth.
Yeah.
Poe, we told Poe like almost everything already, and I think Poe just went and told everything that he knew. So, I
That's
think
true too.
I think what I would do is I would make a point of saying that when it came to the illithid stuff, we leveraged our position to reduce losses, and did what we could to take that advantage, knowing that we would have to follow up with it. And this was part of following up with it, was removing Happy Dan from the equation. But now we need to keep pressing that advantage now that he's in the dark.
I think we come clean for pretty much the most part.
Oh yeah. Yeah, come clean, but really lean into that, like, we saw
Also
an opportunity to save a lot of lives, and like we've been struggling to keep in contact with everyone in the Resistance, and they really had our number with the Maban festival.
Slight emphasis on we had no fucking clue that that Mr. Daniels was still possessed this entire time. No fucking clue about that, buddy.
I
The only
mean,
clue you would have had is that Mr. Daniels never came home.
Yep. Which I
Uh,
feel like it would be safe to assume that Lopod just killed him.
wait, no, I thought he was still with the. Thought Happy Dan was
No,
still
like
with.
he came home, but
Talking about-
like I mean now we're
Oh,
being in that
oh, oh.
time frame. Like he never came home. We never went looking for him. I mean,
Mhm.
You admit the whole truth and everything else, and basically, Mazadon just kind of stands up and says, "Would you please give us a few moments?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna leave town right now.
Sorry.
So
He-
you guys kind of like get escorted.
We can give
out
y'all
of
like
the-
20 days.
or just the 6 of them, including Selvik, again, and you guys are like outside, and then like there's Lopa's elite guards, there's Mazadon's elite guards. They're looking around you. What the fuck did you do?
A lot.
A lot. Yeah.
Anything you discuss amongst yourselves over the next few moments, or should we just cut forward?
Innocent
What?
question. Are
How
they
fuck no.
here to watch us at this point?
Maybe.
I'm gonna.
Roll insight.
Yep.
I'll give you advantage because I think you and I are like sitting there like, what do you think? Yeah. What do you? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
better.
Yeah, you notice that a number of guards have kind of like conveniently placed themselves between you and the exit as well, and you just kind of get a sense of like everybody's eyeing you quite a bit at this point.
I'm going to. I'm going to break the ice with that and be like, I get it. You can put more boys by the door. It's fine. So you want to lock me up and see how long it takes me to get out? We can
ain't
make a
gonna-
game.
We ain't gonna put cuffs on you. We're gonna put an axe through you if you do anything.
No. Same
How about we just
same
wait
team for
patiently?
now. Like, just I'm talking parlor games here. You can watch us more secure. We're not going anywhere, bud. Come on.
Cut to 2 minutes later. It's just like, Hunter's like a step away from getting an axe in his head, and then the doors open. Caleb just kind of said, "Hey guys, you should come back inside."
Oh no.
And,
You want to take these back? No. Okay.
you head back inside, and then Mazadon's going to say, "Here's the deal moving forward. You're never going to make a decision like that again without consulting us. You got that?"
Which decision? Because there were a lot. Handful of them.
Decisions like making deals with a Lithid.
That tracks. Yep.
We catch you doing something like that again, you're out of Confederation and out of our lands forever. And be
Alright.
lucky if I'll kill you first.
I think we'd be
Secondly-
lucky if you did kill us. Never mind. Go ahead.
Secondly, you lied to Lopar when you kept Rascal alive. You're going to apologize for that. And while I respect your motives and what you did, and I agree with you about building alliances, you didn't go about it the right way. You went up over his head. Next time you do something like that, Caleb here's going to be held responsible. From now on, we're all on the up and each other. We're all the same team. Now, you all seem to have acquired unique skills and a potential for an in, potentially. You have an understanding, it seems. You've seen more of the inside than any of us. So if you're going to be good doing anything, we've got the manpower to defend our lands.
You could go forward, figure out what's going on, why haven't they fully left yet, and you can start picking some of them off on the borders. That's where it can prove most useful. If we ever got any other missions for you, you'll be hearing from Poe. That sound good to you? Alright, we got an understanding then. We're gonna be honest with each other. We're not gonna keep secrets from each other. And you're
Yeah.
gonna be under Caleb Valentine.
This is
Sorry.
actually, yeah,
And
this is
we're
actually
on the same page.
is a major relief because like shit's been, yeah. So I'm glad to see, and if there's anything I can do, even if it's like symbolic or performative, to like, thank y'all, thank you. I'll.
Do the other three of you sign these accords?
Anwar will sign, but when he does, he'll step forward and say something.
Okay.
Permission to approach the council, confederation.
We're representatives of 5 of many tribes. But you got the big 3 here and these others who are participating.
Listen, I'm not saying what we did was right or how we did it, went about doing it was right. But I will say, when we went to that island, the fully controlled Illithid Island, and we saw what they were capable of. I know you've all been fighting them for a long time, but we saw things there. They don't even scratch the surface of what they can do to us. And I know you guys are working on this truce, on this alliance, but the only way we have a chance against them. And when Anwar says this, he looks at Flash and he looks at Lopa. Is together.
We agree. And that's why we're gonna be honest with each other.
And then Anwar will sign his name.
Alright. Audra or Chimera, anything with you?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I know that he's like, no, you gotta fess up to us, but would somebody actually be listened to if they're like, I might be going to hunt after a mythological creature?
I feel like now's the time.
Yeah, it is.
By the way,
is.
vampires.
Since you're all here, just thought I'd say.
We got a meeting about some dead folk.
Yeah. What better time to start on the up and up than right now with this?
I know that you said that you'd prefer us hunting down remainder illicit within the boundaries. I would like to make a very personal request, however. You see, my boy was killed, and when I went to go exhume the body, I found something quite disturbing, and I would very much like to look into it. It would take me away from here towards Castle Hill.
Castle Hill's a suicide mission. Nobody goes to Castle Hill, not even.
I'd be out of your hair, though.
I wouldn't advise it. You could be a great asset to the Confederation. But if it's something you gotta do,
Quite personal at this point, I'm afraid.
we do what we do in the name of freedom. We've got to be responsible to each other. But in the end, we're free folk. That's what separates us from the Empire. If you got something you gotta do that's not harming us, you got every right to do that, and we got no right to stop you. We can't help you on this. We got our own things to do.
Right.
If you want to go off on this tangent and go ahead, that's your
I do.
right. That is your right. I'd give you my blessing, but as I was saying, you don't need it. You're free folk.
Thank
You can do what you want.
And then real quickly, she will look to Lopa. It was my idea to leave Silverbeard alive. I pushed for it because our backs were to the wall. But I wouldn't change what I did. But I will say that I apologize for lying to you. Laughing to you.
Did laugh a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, well...
Lopa looks over at you like,
You bent the knee to me once before. You didn't challenge me. And now you're apologizing. Gonna take a long time to build back trust. But I hope this is the first step. You're a good fighter. You have a chance at having my respect. But right now you can piss off.
Gladly. And
They'll
she'll...
call you win.
she'll cite her name.
anything with Audra upon her side.
Yeah, so she just walks up to where it's placed, takes up the quill, the ink, whatever, and then she's not gonna say anything, but she'll just like kind of slowly like, look over this semicircle of people, just for a moment, make eye contact with each one. She'll hold eye contact a little longer with Tamsin, and a little longer with Lopa, and not like making an angry face, not like a any sort of challenge thing, but just like that moment of just like, you see me, it's like, I see you seeing me sign this, you know what I mean? Just like this acknowledgement of just like, kind of move, but then just lingers a little longer on those other two, and then she's gonna sign, and then pause for one moment, and she's gonna draw a little becoming symbol next to her signature.
Alright. Alrighty. You do that. And with that, the Riverbed Accords are signed. And yeah, you guys can you are dismissed. You can leave.
Nope, never mind. I was gonna bring up the uncle thing, but like not now. Castle Hill's our next priority. I don't want to muddy that with anything else.
Okay. All right, so you guys head out, and you made it out alive and on a place that hopefully you're on firm grounding, and nobody other than maybe an Alethid is out to get you right now. So that's good. Time to meet some new enemies. Time to make some new enemies. Go
Yeah,
tackle.
real quick. I know we only got a half an hour left. Could I unleash my genie grandfather who wants to take over the world? Just really quick, before we do another, main quest thing. Could I just unleash that onto the land and bring about 5,000 years of slavery and torment? Is that
To
okay?
be fair,
Onward, roll a D100.
Will he wipe
Okay,
out
all
the?
right, sure.
Will he wipe out the Empire when he does?
you're due for one of them. I've had like 4 of them.
Oh, I got 100. Does that mean I just do whatever I want? I think that's how that works. Is that okay?
I have consequences. Obviously.
All right, it's
But
how do I
what's-
sustain? I'm good now. I'm good
But
now.
what's
How do I
hilarious
sustain?
though, like genuinely, is it's always like, hey man, no, I can't let you just summon a god whenever you want. You can't just go talking to gods whenever you want. But roll a D100, and then this bitch is like
Fine, you do it.
100.
69, sure. 64,
Meanwhile, I'm over
great.
here with, like,
99,
can
damn,
you-
that's pretty good.
Can you go buy drugs without being noticed? No, you fucking can't. You fucking can't.
You start walking into a wall and you clip into the scenery.
Start
You fall through
T-posing
the
just
map.
everywhere.
Your quest objective is bugged.
So now that we're all like, you know, cozy and away from all the trouble, I think I should have mentioned the whole like working for a demon thing.
No,
No? All right, cool.
no.
Same page, you're complicit.
Guilty by omission is still, you know.
All right, so let's see. You, I believe, agreed to meet up with Arantis around Horatio's wall
Yeah.
over here. How do you guys plan on getting there? Are you like going by? I guess you've got the wagon. You're taking the wagon.
I'm curious what our fastest. I'm assuming it's going to combine some forms of travel, but considering
You
the
could get the wagon onto the river. That would at least give you a little bit of a head start.
Okay.
And then
because I know we don't have much time to dilly dally if we're trying to meet Arantis when we said. So like, yeah, what's our most efficient method?
What's the largest ship that goes down these rivers? Could that have the wagon?
yeah, probably. So I think that we can travel along. You'd like take the river, and then you'd be going, like kind of along this like main road that. I guess the road isn't on here, but there's a main road that basically takes you through. It'll take you all the way to this city, and then you would like cross over towards this way. So you're basically going around the
Fairy Forest.
Loch Raven area and then heading straight there. That'll take you about 6 days. So currently you'll get there a day late, but you could always
That's
just
not
tell
bad. For
Yeah.
negotiating peace in this whole region and being only a day late, that's not bad.
Yeah.
We'll
Just
just have to
tell-
text him and be like, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
them a day late.
I'm one stop away. I swear.
Yeah.
Around is like, I'm having a day for me then.
Yeah. Spa
Yeah.
day.
So
Just
here's my
montage of
question.
Arantis at like a steakhouse. This is delicious.
Along these main roads, are there like any towns you'd like to stop by? Like this is this city here, which was called not Gangleton. This was I'd have to look it up. It's been a while. Anyways, this is probably the biggest. This is a bigger city than Riverbed. When we've never explored that,
Mm.
you could stop by there on your way while you cross over, or I guess technically it's on this side of the river. So if you hug the other side of the river, it might make more sense. Anyways, if there's anywhere that you'd like to stop along the way, let me know if there's any type of thing that might be interesting. I was planning on doing a bit of a time skip where we don't need to stop like every grid, you know?
Yeah.
And because you just completed a really big like chunk of arc and everything, I was planning on it during that time skip along your track. You finally level up to level 8.
I had a feeling that might be coming. Richard, I would first of all, really quick, for my last spell slot of the day, if I were to message my uncle again, would I hear anything? I'm assuming no.
That is a good question.
If you want to just say no, just for sake of wrapping up the session, that's okay.
Oh, like 100.
Really? Okay. And for the record, I
Okay,
would
but
love.
I am a fan of these.
And for the record, I would love to visit other places on the way, but like for sake of like Sid's quest here and us getting there on time, I think we just need to beeline it. You know, sleep on the boat and what have you on the way. 95.
Really good, yeah.
Respectfully, fuck you.
I think that's the best D100 I've ever gotten.
You hear a frantic, "Get out of my head!"
Oh no.
Noted. Okay.
That seems fine.
Yeah. Okay. So she's not telling her mom that because she didn't tell her mom anything about it. I just did the blank face like, yeah, he's doing good.
You're fine.
Yeah, because I don't. She's got enough to worry about. You know what I mean? But I will definitely like when we leave, like, oh man, everything's good and settled. Peace accords, we're good. Let's get this thing done. And I'll be like, remember that thing with my uncle where I didn't hear from him?
Yeah, I'm also just curious if there's any fact finding you guys start doing as you like cross this river into the danger zone area, or
Danger zone.
any kind of things you're gonna want to be doing. Some things might happen along the way.
I feel like as
either
far
way
as
as you get closer, but
We're gonna
just wanna
die
get-
of dysentery.
as
on the
far as
trail.
upkeep, we'd probably need to either stop in those big towns for like replenishing rations or hunt at some point along the way. If you had any,
Counterpoint, I
guess-
feel like because we stayed a little longer in Riverbed, we would have already accounted for that. Like, we would have already done that prep.
I also
Right.
have the Outlander feat, and I can provide rations for everybody
yeah, especially if
Okay.
you guys are hugging
or
the edge
Wanderer.
of Lock-Raven Forest, like the edge of the
Yeah.
forest is like awesome for
and
you and stuff.
I guess that's the question. If we want to lay low and keep hugging the forest and just hunt, cool. If we want to like dip into the cities and
Yeah. I mean, just for sake of, like, getting this done, like, unless there's, like, a pit
Mhm.
stop the boat has to take and we have that moment, like, I think we just want to keep it moving. You
Well,
know?
the boat.
It makes sense that we would ask for rumors on the way, though, about
Yeah,
just
the-
being kids.
Oh, sure, yeah. I just mean, like, I definitely am not intending to, like, spend time in any of these towns, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get there so Cammy can figure this out, you know?
I guess theoretically, if you can make it to here, you could probably boating down and then back up this way would be just about as fast as just crossing over on your own. Be
Yeah,
up to
that's
you.
kind of what I thought we would be doing, just following that dotted red line. Yeah, like, I'm definitely for popping into a town to, like, restock, or like I said, like, if the boat, like, I imagine the boat we're on is going to dock for a few hours anyway, as per its route, you know? But, like, I'm not trying to get involved with any side quests, you know?
Yeah, you're
right
right.
at the moment. Just my personal vote, you know?
No, that makes sense. 'Cause
wanna-
otherwise, we'll be like 5 days late.
Right, exactly. Meanwhile, you know, Kamira's kid is getting turned into a lich or whatever.
Okay. Do you have a so are you guys going down the river and then back up the river this way? That's the plan, the little red dots there.
If that's the quickest way, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty, so you take some ferries and stuff like that. That probably cost a little bit of money, and then it's just a little bit of travel along here to get from one river to the other river. Okay.
Should we update our sheets, or should we? Is that going to be like a mid-session thing?
Yeah,
next
if
week?
you wanna roll for your health, do it now.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. See what I got going on. Boo. Well, we re-roll on a minimum, right?
Yeah, we re-roll.
All right, I appreciate that. That's better.
There you go. One better than the average.
Yeah.
We're leveling up right now.
Nice.
Sit with that fighter strength.
91.
Nice.
Nice.
79 for me. 79, and then there's a bunch of level 8 stuff. I'll end the stream because this is all gonna be like us staring at our sheets and saying like 2 sentences.
Was
so-
there more you wanted to do, Richard?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Was there anything else?
Watching the stream on Critical Role and stuff. I love watching the level up stuff.
Oh,
I think
okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I know. I got a bunch of things for cleric level 8. It's
Oh, look, I can take Khan again.
I should have taken the minimum.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't roll, because people don't
Yeah.
like what they get.
I
Or they
roll
ask
every
for a
time,
reroll.
buddy.
They ask for a reroll or they don't like it, so it's just.
That's why Val had like 10 health.
Damn, y'all. Well, you see, I should have taken because you have a +4 and you have a +2. I should have just. And that's fine.
Well, you're only one less than the average. It's not gonna.
Yeah, it's not a huge difference.
Yeah.
Two
Big-
is the worst.
How often are you gonna go down to 1 HP?
I got you death warded, you know?
Yeah,
True.
that's fair.
That still exists.
All right. So was there any interest in like learning a bit more as you get into the danger? Like, is there any scouting involved, or are you just kind of heading straight to the wall? And if anything comes your way, then you'll just deal with that.
What is the boat situation like? Like, are we riding with folks? Like, could we talk to folks also on said boat on the way, or do we need to go out of our way to like gain that information?
That's a good question. I think Hunter has been scouting these areas before over the break. Commerce and everything else like slowed down a ton when the Empire left out. So as far as like ferries that are going to take you the whole way, you might have to get like a captain to like custom do your route, because there's probably a lot less of that going on, but you might be able to. There's probably going to need to be some investigation checks and stuff like that to see how lucky you are finding stuff like that.
Oh, I don't know what I want to do.
I had a thought. I'd be leveling up into Warlock, so I don't know if I'd need to speak to Ronan or what happens with that.
Yeah, we could do a little bit of level up RP along the way. I had something with the Becoming as well connected with Audra's stuff.
Cool.
But I don't want to do that all at the end of the session now.
Yeah. Save
Wow,
for
we
next
can-
time. On paper, though, I'll tell you, I got my Divine Strikes, so now I'm going to deal a little more damage. Destroy Undead is now CR1. Another 4th level slot. And Audra now has good old-fashioned Warcaster, which should be very helpful.
Ryan, did you end up deciding on which skill feat you were going to take? You're muted.
You can hear what I'm saying. Yeah, so there's Guild, there's Skill Expert, and there's Prodigy. And some get you expertise, and some get you a toolkit. But honestly, I kind of feel like taking, which is weird because I don't know anyone who's ever taken this, is Skilled, which gets me 3 skills.
Mm-hmm.
So
That could be-
I think that Anwar, from this, and I've talked to you about this, Richard, I think that from this experience negotiating, we learned that Anwar is not the best face, but he's learned a lot in the last week or so. So one of the skills he's taken is Persuasion. Another one that he doesn't have, but should have anyways, is Investigation, as that's something that's definitely up his alley. And then actually, I think if we're going to be on a boat for a week, Anwar's kind of dabbled in this already, but he can do it a little bit sometimes, is he's going to get Hunter, if he's so willing, to teach him about being stealthy in his stealth mode. So he's going to get 3 new skills. I think that's what I'm going to go with.
I'll take you on a hunting trip. It'll be good.
But we're on a boat, so like, you know, as stealthy as we can be on a boat.
There's
Oh,
gonna be a
you can
little
be
bit
real
of-
stealthy in a boat.
Okay.
And Sydney, you're still thinking on what feat you're going to end up going with, or have you decided on something?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we pick feats, and if you picked a feat, you had to take the ability score improvement?
Yeah.
Wasn't
Did
that the thing?
you pick feat over the break?
I did. Orcish Fury when it happened. So
okay,
I'm
then you
thinking
have
about just bumping up my con to max and maybe dipping into dexterity, so I might have a +1 on on initiative rolls. What's that?
Is your con 19 right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
My strength and my con are through the roof, buddy.
That's the fighter.
Oops,
also
I did that.
This will be a good. I could have technically had this before, but I always wanted to keep that 4th level slot. Now that I have more than one, we can also make use of divination, which is also a very handy spell.
Oh wait.
And I think that's very in line with what Audra would want anyway, you know?
Alrighty.
Sorry, now I get plus 40 for Constitution.
And just for future knowledge, there is kind of a peace deal that is like worked out between them. It basically boils down to reparations, and then like it's like certain other little caveats here and there, like all of the dwarves from that kingdom cannot own any kind of land or property. So like if Flash Iron Pan wanted another factory, he could like lease it, but he couldn't own anything. So stuff like that, just little details. But you guys didn't need to get bogged down in all those details. But it basically all the dwarves paying off a lot of money towards the, particularly Riverbed and Crabclaw, because those are the two places they took over for 30 years. So there's a deal where they have to pay something every year for 30 years.
I feel like that makes sense.
Oh.
I lied earlier when I said like 91 hit points.
What is it actually, Sid? Are you breaking the 100 barrier? 99?
I'm really fucking close.
That's pretty dope. Also, y'all, this
Wait,
is...
but with your orcish thing where you get back up at 1, it's kind of like you have 100.
It's kind of like I have 100. Fun. Nice. Love it.
A better 100.
Best life.
Yeah. Also, just something to keep in mind for a little further down the road, y'all. Next level, Audric and Scry. And I am sure we will be using that a lot.
Yeah, well, I'm going to enjoy level 8 for a while before everything gets harder for me as a TM.
We will have, Cerebro will have at a minimum -5 if we're trying to scry on him.
Very cool.
So, something to think about for the future. All right, shall I shut it off and then we will come back next week with vampires?
Yeah, a whole new arc. I'm glad you guys leveled up. That means I can throw more at you guys. So yeah.
Yay.
I mean, Castle Hill has been described as a suicide mission, so you guys are going into it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Well, we'll see everybody for that next week. Later.